Why not Atlanta?
Well, in Dallas, we are free. We are free. You can go out at night.
Dallas.
An 8-year-old. I wouldn't let my 8-year-old just walk around that night with a gun. You know, that's fine.
Okay, most respect to
No, but Dallas does have objectively lower property crime than SF. And that translates to a feeling of great insecurity for a large number of residents. Because that casual property crime, well, I understand. If you look at the numbers, what they will show you is like very much stuff in my car, but I've left the jacket in my car numerous times in Dallas. Nothing ever happens. In SF, even if you don't put something in your car, they're probably going to bust your window in. At least if you think it happened.
Well,
but
I mean, here's the thing. I have lived in and around in Berkeley. I've never had my car broken into San Francisco. I mean, I would. It's the kind of place when I lock my car up, I will put things away and stuff. But the idea, and I lived there for a couple of years, so I parked on the street and stuff. I've never had my car broken into. Yeah. So the idea that like everybody has. I know people that have had the cars broken into. I know that it happens. I'm not saying it doesn't happen. But like, I have managed to get through life without having my car broken into in San Francisco.
I've lived in San Francisco now for, going on a decade, and that whole time, I've had a car on the street, outside,
and that's awesome.
Not broken into once.
That's awesome.
Like, I don't need to deny that.
Cars don't get broken into in San Francisco. Come on.
But this is not what I said. This is not what I said.
Yeah, but it's just like, to go from like, oh, I saw my car got broken into once to like, Anarcho, whatever.
So, but I once witnessed.
That's true, you did.
I once witnessed at 5 p.m. on a weekday. You know that big building, 100 Van Ness, I think it is. It's kind of a skyscraper right across from the City Hall or whatever. Right there. I witnessed someone had parked briefly, and a crew of masked criminals breaking into in front of a crowd of people just commuting their whatever on the sidewalk, in front of a crowd of law-abiding folks. These 3 thug criminals breaking into a car and stealing stuff, and nobody even responding at all. Nobody doing anything to stop it. And I have to admit, me among them, able to get away with it. Citizens would actually react rather than just act like, sort of just, don't make eye contact, just pretend it's not happening, keep walking. Maybe they have a knife or whatever, like, let's just keep, it's a very bad, a healthy society. I don't know what to tell you.
It's not, who's making the claim that it's acceptable?
It would go down that way.
Vancouver, or anywhere. Like, that kind of stuff could happen anywhere.
Okay, I look for the data. So, first is Memphis, then is Portland. This is property crime, the ranking. So, Memphis, Tennessee, number 1. Portland, then Detroit, then Seattle, then Baltimore, Denver, Nashville, Philadelphia, Houston, and then San Antonio. And then there is about San Francisco. There's a few additional observations. San Francisco has gained attention for car break-ins, but recent data shows property crime there has declined from its peak several years ago, even though it remains a concern in touristic areas. Nationally, roughly 12% decrease in property crime from 2024 to 2025. There you go. And I think anecdotal data is not really data, right? It's just like I saw my friend or something. Like, we really need to, what Kira was saying is like, we need to see the data, and then from there we can draw conclusions. Not just, I saw one time, or my car, or this happened to me twice, or I've been there 3 times, and every single time happened, all that is anecdotal.
So what that really means
I want to say,
I heard a story, or I'm just making shit up, or
I
seems dumb, and I don't believe you.
Yeah, look, agent. Yeah, look. The real pill here is that the criminals in San Francisco are not criminals. Okay, it's just the appearance of crime. They work for the city. Okay, they are out there enforcing various internal beefs within the elite. Okay, that guy whose car got robbed, those masked people, they were working for some of the power elite in the Bay Area. That's why it's an anarcho-tyranny. Okay, the appearance of anarchy is used as to conceal the rank criminality of the elites in San Francisco.
No, yeah, they were working on behalf of Antifa, actually. I think is
right.
The commonly understood thing. I mean, look, Agent, I'm just going to be honest with you. I know that you don't really think that, and I guess in that respect, we agree. Only to the extent that it means that America is not a healthy society in many ways. I think that there are lots of things wrong with San Francisco in particular, with American cities in general, that can be fixed. So, in that we agree. I think our solutions may be different, but, you know, I think you're
reasonably well run locally.
I wonder if any of those include the places that Carlos listed that actually have higher levels of property crime. But who knows?
Well, he did list, and I had my car broken into in Baltimore as well. I think Baltimore anarchy, I don't know if it's an anarcho-tyranny, but it's definitely an anarchy. It just has the population as extremely violent.
How did you manage to get a parking ticket in an anarchy? Good question.
I didn't get a parking ticket in Baltimore.
San Francisco was the question. Come on, let's call that.
LA, you got the ticket.
LA, in California somewhere.
Yeah. But look, Agent, I mean, I'm really curious, actually, MC, what are the things that you think are wrong about how San Francisco is run? How would you like to see it run better? And I don't want us to make the same things that you think could be done differently.
They might not satisfy you. Like, they're kind of mundane, to be honest, in many cases. Do a good job of publishing.
I don't know. I think he lost their argument.
Did you study like mathematics or did you study university?
I'm sorry, what does it have to do with Iranians being 12 million or 90 million?
Hi, Masa.
We're talking about the Constitution. We're talking about the Constitution.
Masa.
The rules that we have in Iran are stupid as fuck.
Okay, alright.
Hello?
Thank you. Bye.
Masa, I recently saw a video of a marketplace in Iran and all the women, were walking around looking beautiful. And it seemed pretty open and free to me. I'm sure it's not like that everywhere.
We are open. We don't care about Islam. We don't practice Islam. That's why
No, see, there is a confusion here.
What you're saying
There's a confusion.
after Women Life Freedom movement in 2022, that one woman was killed in Iran because of not wearing properly the hijab police. Many people started protesting for like 6 months. They were in the streets. And many women went to streets and burned their hijab. There are videos of that. They started burning the hijab and they started saying that we don't want mandatory hijab. And after that, they refused to wear it in the streets anymore. But Islamic Republic, to silence that voice, they stopped the moral police for life, which is for now, it's a few years.
Not everywhere.
But, and not everywhere, but in like big cities. And
No, in Tehran is fine. In Tehran is fine.
they are
Even in Tehran, it's fine. In some areas of the Tehran, if you have you say but it is not the freedom in every aspect
I
of the
wanted
women's
to say
life.
that. The thing is that not even a single part of the rules have changed any. And people, women cannot go to universities, cannot go to government
Women cannot go to
buildings.
university.
No, not really. Shut up. I'm saying that they can't go to universities without a job.
Yeah, be clear what that is.
If you let me see, I cannot jump everything. I can explain what I mean. Just let me finish. And women, not even a single rule has changed. It is still considered mandatory for women to have a job, but the moral police is not doing this as it was doing. It's not doing the same as it was doing before. They don't want people to become even more angry. I hope you got it.
Masha,
And just wanted to recap what Masa said. So those video footages that you're seeing, that even before the women life freedom at some particular area of the Tehran, you could see that. But the problem is that that is not comprehensive rule change. There is no rule change in the constitution. Still, it is mandatory everywhere you go. It is just the civil disobedience of the people at some particular part of the Iran. It doesn't mean that the rule change. It doesn't mean that the brutality towards women has changed. And it is one of million aspects of the women's life in Iran. It's not just that. There are lots of other discrimination. It doesn't mean that if some women at some particular part of the Iran, they freely dressed up, which I don't believe so. They're not freely. Maybe they don't have just a headscarf. And at the end of the day, you see that, you say, oh no, it sounds like European. No, it is not. It is just one aspect. From the video, you see, you need to go through this. It is not within the time of this clubhouse to explain, but you can search it out.
All right, I mean, regular boy. I mean,
To add to that,
Shut the fuck up. When you hear someone speaking, you shut the fuck up. Disrespectful piece of shit.
oh, thank you for such strong moderation.
By the way, to add one more thing to add is that now, because of the situation, because of January massacre, and because of the ongoing war, Islamic Republic is trying to show off some they try to fabricate a view of Iran for the other parts of the world, to say that this country is free, people have the freedom, and they're okay with this situation in Iran. So they keep filming the women are in streets happy, they have a happy life and everything, to show it to the foreigners and tell them people in Iran don't have that kind of problems as you think, which is a lie.
A woman chooses not to wear the hijab in Iran, that is a risk she is taking. She is taking the risk to end up like Mahsa Amini, being thrown into the bus, getting a seizure from being hit so hard into that bus that she dies at the police station. That is a risk that the women take themselves every day, and that is great.
Well, moderators, this
The
is...
law did not change ever. They did not change the law on hijab. Don't be fooled.
Moderators, in America, we believe that the absolute rule of the state shall be a function of the absolute liberty of each individual will. So, from a female perspective, the will of your average Iranian woman should be equal with the will of the government. And that type of equality is true liberty, the value of the self. And unfortunately, Islam as a religion, as a dogma, suppresses the individual liberty and will and freedom of the women of Iran. And this is enough justification for revolution and war against the regime, suppressing the will of the beautiful women of Iran.
That is true. And, women of Iran, you were born in Iran, you were raised in that country. Everything in our life, we found a lot. from the time that we were like teenagers in Iran and then became adults in Iran, all the time we were fighting against everything, against discrimination, against million stupid rules. We did it, and they are still doing. We are not there anymore, but those women are still doing the same. They're fighting every day so hard, and I'm sure that they finally get the freedom.
Yeah. And, I think it's just funny that some people, I don't know, doctors in Iranian, who will you support politically, doctor? Doctor.
Can I have a chance to talk, or I just not?
Who do you support? Do you support IRGC? I asked you a simple thing. You'll change the topic. Do you support IRGC in this war?
No. Fuck that.
I didn't ask that, Master. I asked, who do you support politically?
That was the only person that can change my community. That's it. So you're the different. Yeah. But at least you have someone. I said because we have no one else. I was supporting. To a certain degree, I agree with you. Yeah. You're entitled to your opinion, to have your lead, as long as you're not with IRGC, it's okay.
It's my opinion.
As long as you're not the IRGC and you're not a reformist, we're okay.
No, fuck that. I'm not Mujahideen as well.
Yeah, I'm not MEK. Oh, the list goes on.
Fuck that.
No, that's great. The Shaw answer was great. I was surprised actually because of the answers you gave. So, but I have a question to you, Iranian. What's your position on those lefty activists trying to say, we don't want war on Iran because Iran's
They're silly. Well, some of them are working with Islamic Republic, some of the leftists. They are actually working with some traitors. But some others leftists are just being very stubborn. They don't understand the situation and they're totally crazy. Because if they have brain and they can think, they know that this situation is not the situation you just be fighting with other groups. If you care about your country, you can keep fighting shoulder to shoulder with other people. And after Islamic Republic falls down, then there is election and you can choose the one that you want. But they don't understand this. Something simple as that.
Master, can I be average guy? I have no political education. I have no education at all. Okay. Can I be an average?
You got no education. You got no knowledge at all. What? You speak English? You say you got no education. So are you retarded?
Maybe I'm retarded. You need retarded people to support like a community, right?
Well, never go full retard.
And being retarded, even this word in England,
Yeah. Right.
To live in England, I doubt so.
No, as you see in his profile picture is America. Okay.
Yeah, probably. This word is banned in England. You cannot say that. Okay?
Listen, I'm
You
very.
cannot say retard in England. What the fuck?
You cannot say that.
The communist country.
No, it's very inappropriate to say retarded because you could be offending Down syndrome people.
Say retard. Excuse me, I have a question. What happens if someone in the UK says retard?
You shouldn't say that. You shouldn't say that.
Original form. And retarded means like someone with Down syndrome has a learning disability. Yeah?
English, they know what retard means, right?
Right.
They they know what the retard means. They created that. Okay?
Correct.
In this country, okay, you have certain rules. It's not like we pay for people, we have like bad ass niggas, we gonna fuck that shit, blah blah blah. You have certain rules in this country you're gonna speak, okay?
Correct.
If you speak in
Doctor, sorry, what you could say was that retard is considered offensive in
Right.
the UK, and for, with that we would agree with that on that. We would agree with you on that. Yes, it is offensive, but when you say it is against the rules, it means that if someone says that word, they will end up in jail or they will be fined or something like that.
That's offensive. But you have a chance that you're gonna be sued. Exactly what you said.
Is the law retarded or is the law gay?
Gay is fine. It depends on situation. You need to end up the court.
Is a faggot a useless bundle of sticks? If you're a faggot, is that a useless bundle of sticks, or is a faggot an LGBTQIA+?
No, you're a faggot.
No, you're a faggot.
No, you sound gay as shit.
Hey, Dr. Ali, what's your cause of action when you go to court?
Not my cause of action. It's not my concern to go to the court. I'm running a business of like billions of.
He's making an affirmative defense.
I'm still
And I
confused.
haven't
You said that
seen
same.
any lie. My concern is not about my.
You just said you go to the court. I asked you what
Wait,
your
but
cause
listen
of
to
action
this.
was.
Listen to this, you bitch ass nigga for a second. Hold on, bitch ass nigga for a
Oh
second.
my God! Moderators, please! He's saying the N-word! He's saying the N-word! Censor him! Censor him! Stop, go!
We say.
I was asking him. No, bad word. Don't say that word. Not in here, babe. Not in here.
No, actually, I didn't.
Not cool.
I didn't understand.
What word are you scared of now?
Move to audience. If someone is trying to.
No, don't be scared. Don't be scared of that word. Don't be scared of the word. You should speak freely.
No fear, just not cool.
Yeah, because we don't want to be racist here. We don't.
No, it's not racist. I
It's not cool. It's not cool, sweetie. It's not cool. Not
You
cool.
understand America or what?
Yeah, understand America. It's not cool.
No, so you have
So,
to understand
Dr.
America.
Ali, you said that you go to the court in England. So I'm asking you, what's your cause of action when you go to the court, Dr. Ali?
As my lawyer, but let's talk about this nigga.
No. You specifically said you go to the court. You go to the court. So what's your cause of action?
Can you talk to my lawyer? I can send you an email, to be honest. I pay for lawyers, yes.
Yeah, what do you pay? What do you pay an hour, Dr. Ali?
It's not based on hour.
Yeah, what do you pay an hour?
That's personal. Do you pay anyone?
Yeah, what do you pay a lawyer an hour?
That's so personal. What do you mean?
No, what's your lawyer charge an hour? What's your cause of
This
action?
line of questioning is redundant at this point. We need to get back on top. I just want to quote Marshall Rankin and say, "You're off topic! Get back on topic!"
What do you think? What do you think his lawyer charges an hour to sue for the word retard?
200 an hour, probably. 200 pounds an hour.
What's your guess?
200 pounds.
How many cocaine you pay?
What? That's grounds for lawsuit. Abby, how much do you charge an hour so I can sue Dr. Ali in court in London?
In court in London.
Doctor, I still don't understand. You said that people can be sued in the UK for just saying retard.
I just want to say,
What's your cause of action in the UK? You can't tell me, but you said people can be sued.
Dr. Ali, do you speak Farsi?
If you don't know, if you're not sure about that, okay, why do you say it as a fact?
That's a fact. Do you want to talk to my lawyer?
No, I'm asking you. You made the statement. I'm
That's a
asking you.
lawyer.
What's
This is
your cause of action?
redundant. This is redundant.
Right now. I want
gonna talk to him right now.
Let's get back on topic.
Or she. I don't know.
ChatGPT too.
Dr. Ali G, do you use oh, he leaves? No, do you have
He's
a barrister
here.
or do you paying your solicitor? Which one are you paying?
Solicitor, not my solicitor.
And what are you paying an hour?
It's name of my company, not ours.
Abby, don't you understand? This guy can't answer a question. So
Obviously.
please spare us the 5th or 6th time of the question. I just want to say to all the beautiful
I think
Persian
Leslie's
women.
retarded. I think we're on
Actually, we were having a good conversation before Doctor arrives. We were having a good
We
conversation.
were, and I just want to practice my Farsi and tell the beautiful ladies here. دلم برات خیلی تنگ شده. دلم برات خیلی تنگ شده.
Listen, you're going in a 3-minute timeout every time you interrupt anyone.
I'm trying to help you, Glow. I was telling him to shut up.
I just want to say دلم برات خیلی تنگ شده.
Talking about Tunisia and how they have progressed since they started not using Sharia law.
I mean, how many countries do use Sharia law right now? Who knows that?
Iran, Saudi Arabia, and Afghanistan.
Right, let's compare them. How good are they doing economically?
Does our mom use it?
Not well.
Oman? Not really sure.
Well, Oman is pretty rich.
Egypt, not Egypt.
No, Egypt, no. No, I don't think so. No, Egypt has a Coptic community.
I have a question. Why are so many Jews on this app always saying fuck Islam and fuck Muslims? Like you guys smart than Abby.
I didn't say it. I've never heard you say that. Hold on, Tango, or whatever your name is. You're talking to someone. You're talking to someone who spends a lot of time in Muslim countries, so you'll never hear me say that. John's been in love with me. John's from me. John, have I ever said that?
No.
I've never heard me say that. No, but he's answering. You can ask other people, but you won't hear me say that.
Listen, Abby is a professional communicator. She wouldn't waste her time making derogatory, negative remarks. The real
I spend a lot of time in Muslim
is gonna be Sharia. If you're in Egypt, if you're in Oman, if you're in Yemen, if you're in Syria, you can count on an Islamic court if you have a grievance or some type of legal problem.
Smoking legal marijuana right now in California. So
By the way, to that list,
12 to 20 countries have Sharia. I just looked it up.
But I will say this, guys. Like, I realize this. I understand the hatred, particularly for Jews against Muslims, because of the hatred they have against them, with Muslims particularly. However, there's so many fucking Muslims around the world. Like, there's way different Muslims than other Muslims. Like, there's so.
Yeah, you could be in Thailand where the Muslims are conducting terrorist attacks against the Buddhists.
No, I'm finished. Don't just speak. Don't yell to me.
No.
Oh, sorry. On this app, sometimes you have to kind of loud mic, otherwise you never get to talk.
Wonderful people there. Like,
No, but
no
not
one's
even just
disagreeing
there.
with you.
You know, like even Indonesia.
The Emiratis are like amazing
Indonesia.
people.
You don't even think about that as a Muslim country.
Yeah,
It's the biggest Muslim country.
think of it Indonesia
Okay,
as a
yeah,
Muslim
sorry. I
country.
don't know you personally, so
I do, but I think the Emiratis are amazing people. The Bahrainians are amazing people.
Beautiful
The
people, beautiful
Muslims.
people, handsome, and
Yeah.
beautiful.
Emiratis are very handsome.
Let's give a big warm welcome to Dr. Pee-Pee.
Pepe.
You guys see, what happened at our elections in Arizona? I forgot to ask you. Did you vote? Can I ask you that?
He's a 1990s Democrat. Of course he doesn't vote. He's a former white Nazi supremacist from the trenches of discord.
My doctor won the primary on the Dems.
Oh, Abby, if you heard what Pepe said about American Jews today, you'd get so sick to your stomach. Pepe made the most anti-Semitic remarks I've ever heard him made today. about American Jews. It was so sickening to listen to. Shame on you, PP. You're not a grown man. You're an unprofessional little runt, like a gypsy from Corsica, like a little racist gypsy leprechaun midget with brain damage from boxing. Your anti-Semitism is disgusting. It's pathetic. It's so low IQ. It's the worst content. You don't even brand yourself as a comedian. I mean, you should be ashamed of yourself. Ashamed. An ashanda.
Is that true, PP? Did you make anti-Semitic remarks again?
None of us did. Yeah, Sig had a room and I was in it. Like, yeah, I was talking shit about it.
So, I don't want to get to that anymore.
Well, no, we want to hear maybe we can review Dave. What do you want?
I don't want to hear it.
All right, well, I want you to have it. So,
Abby, do you want to hear it?
So
What Pepe said? I heard everybody
talking about it.
well, here's the thing.
He said that Israel are the spiritual niggers of the Middle East because they're sucking all the money out of America. You're a piece of shit, Pepe. You better hope the Jewish Federation never catches you and puts you in court for defamation and slander. Because believe me, AIPAC and Abby here, a Democrat lawyer, they're going to sue you for all the Jew hate slander and racial hatred you stir up in a pot every day on this app, little PP.
I'll probably meet him over a bowl of mishmash soup, so I don't think so.
So, Abby, where did you go in the Middle East?
Me, I've been to Saudi several times. I really like it there, and I love the Emirates, and I really think Bahrain is beautiful. Those three countries. I've been to Jordan. Trying to think what other two areas that are now Egypt, but I went when they were Israel before they turned them over. The Sinai.
Have you
And
been to
no, I have not. Interesting, Pepe. I want to fly on that airline, but I don't really have a desire to go there. But I would go back to Saudi anytime. I think it's a fantastic place.
You don't know his name, then why are you bringing him up? The point is, the Qatari Airlines is flying in hundreds of people every day into Chicago. People are fleeing the Middle East by the thousands because of the war.
John, let him talk. Okay, go ahead.
I forget who his name is. He's pretty influential. I know he's friends with like Tucker Carlson, but he's really. Do you know who that Dan Bilzerian guy is?
He's awful.
Yeah, he's a hardcore Nazi, just like you, PB.
He's running in a primary.
Yeah, he's
and,
fucking retarded.
Yeah, and do you know what he said? He said about his opponent, who's Jewish and heavy set.
Oh,
he said,
horrible.
yeah, Randy. He said he's too fat to fit in the oven. That's what he publicly said.
He's a low IQ.
Yeah, he's very low IQ, and Randy will beat him in that primary. Not worried about that.
But so there's I'm trying to think who it is from Qatar. He's like friends with them, and he kind of, there's like obviously a lot of influence. I think even that guy Smiko, he's like a young. I've never watched any of his shit. He's just a young shit, but he converted to Islam. He's an American, very popular influencer. But that Dan Bilzerian guy, I guess like. That Qatari, he would fly him out on private jet out to Qatar.
I think he lost a lot. He's getting sued by a number of people. His family had money, and I think he went through a lot of it. And he's got a lot of litigation against him. But I think he lost millions.
I think his dad wasn't his dad like a scam artist?
I don't know
No.
the whole story, but I know he had like a very ugly big house here. I don't know if it finally sold or not.
He had like a vape company or something, and all these.
He was like the most like hedonistic devil baby. He didn't accomplish anything in his life. Despite every opportunity he had, he became an Instagram celebrity, and he was. He admits that he just like fornicated with all of these women and partied and. I just find.
Did you ever see his Instagram? Have you seen it? It's full of women.
I've seen the pictures of it that people will post. I've never checked it out, but I just find what I find really funny is that you get these people that just all of a sudden it's a grift. They found God.
I don't know, whether it's midlife or in their 20s, and they take on this very religious transformation. They shun how they used to behave, but I always find that ironic because being raised Catholic when Catholic school, all that. So I know people who've been religious.
Because I've looked at it extensively, I've commented extensively. He knows who I am because I personally, verbally insult him. He is one of the dumbest human beings, and the shit he writes is so stupid and offensive and racist, and bigoted, xenophobic, evil, pathetic. Listen, I'm just saying, if you aren't academic, if you just come on here and do your little pee-pee dance show every day and do your anti-Semitic, stirring a pot of hate, there's a lot bigger problems than 12 million Israelis. There's 2.5 billion Hindus and Chinese Taoists and Buddhists and atheists to contend with. And all you do when you sit here and you talk about J-verbs is focus on a very minority group of people. It's a tiny group. It's a group. It's the smallest group. It's as big as you. It's not barely even there. It's like just like you. That's why you attack it so much, because it's barely even there. And the criticism it gets is so hypocritical and stupid. And all these anti-Semitic racists, they've never even read a Jewish philosophy book. Goddamn! You're taking the Lord's name in vain? Listen, Dr. Peepee, try reading a book! Go to the gym, Dr. Peepee. Read a book. Do something with your life. Get that fake spray tan off and get a real tan. I am complete.
All of your time. You never got a straight tan in my life. Now, when it comes to what do you do with your time besides like with 15 different fucking phones and live streaming? Like you're really productive, amazing. I know you're trying to be funny, but it's sometimes it's just like really grating and annoying.
What is the argument? I don't understand.
It's just
Hey, Tala, by the way, what a beautiful mesa table.
Thank you. I love food.
Next to it, a drink, like a raki or uza, would be fantastic.
Doctor, can you try again if you want to come up with something? And Abby, sir, I want to ask you, Abby, what kind of law are you practicing?
Not anymore, but I was corporate and for a specific industry, but I don't really want to dox any more than I need to.
That's nice. I'm studying actually law.
You are? What area are you interested in?
Family.
Oh, ouch. Ouch.
I feel like a family.
It's stressful. Are you in this is going to sound personal. Are you married?
No.
Okay. People that go into that field, sometimes that's their own personal relationships. I mean, I don't know any other way to say it, but most of the ones I know that are in it.
For him in the future.
Organization, and I hear a lot of cases.
That makes sense. I don't know if it's automate that with AI, by the way. It's all automated with AI. That's my newest startup.
You don't sound like the actor. You're really trying to, but it's not coming off. Like Sacha Baron.
It's coming off.
It's really not. Sacha Baron Cohen just doesn't sound like
Sasha is here.
Sorry,
Make
sweetie.
your work automated.
So sorry, sweetie.
It does not sound.
It doesn't sound like How funny it was. I mean, every one of those movies. The Dictator was hilarious, and it was the first one.
Borat.
Let me ask you this question, Abby. Do you know like Apache Junction in Arizona?
Yeah.
Okay, so I mean, do you know its reputation?
It's isn't that on the way up towards Sedona, like from? Is that where I'm thinking of
like
place?
so like far? God damn it, Doc.
You go north of Cave Creek?
No. Apache Junction is east of Mesa. It's like on the
east of Mesa. Okay.
Yeah, it's like the furthest east suburb But now you have like Gold Canyon. But it's always been like a poor place, largely white, but poor. But do you remember like do you see?
Oh, he actually filmed it there?
Yeah.
Oh my God! I heard they were real people. Like that was.
They were, yeah. So like during the pandemic, it was kind of like embarrassing. But
I just want to quote Herschel Rankin and say, "Can we get back to the topic?"
Hey, you're talking about the scene in Borat?
Yes,
the scene in Borat was filmed there. Unbelievable.
Yes, it was filmed there, and like, look, a lot of these people were like missing teeth. They were like simple people, and I don't know that they even really understood what they were singing. But I remember during COVID-19, they had I forget which it was like 60 Minutes or something like that, and it was about the people who were like not willing to fly with the social distancing or wear masks or get vaccinated or whatever. And these people were like pulling up in a rally and they had like, Nazi stickers.
We want to hear that. Before carrying you, we want to hear that. Shut up.
I'm sorry to interrupt you. You have put a public face, like you are discussing.
I don't know what's going on. Who are these retards? I don't know.
I'm moving to audience. Please don't bring it back.
Thank you so much, moderators. This is Ein. I want to quickly interrupt Pepe's pathetic, boring story. I'd like to play a song for the people of Iran so they can all find peace, joy, and strength. It's titled, Pepe is a Retard Faggot. Faggot Retard. Pepe is a faggot retard.
That was kind of funny how you just said he had to put his mouth off of the horn.
You are the son of his dad.
Is this guy?
Actually, it'd be kind of funny to listen to the
Pepe is a faggot retard. Ribono Shalom, I hope the CIA is able to liberate the people of Iran, completely destroy the enemy, the regime, and turn them into a magnificent casino and resort complex with beautiful Iranian women in fantastic lingerie and bathing suits so Abby can charge $1,800 an hour to the Shah of Iran to look over the contracts to open up a new Steve Wynn facility in the heart of Tehran and Esfahan. Ribono Shalom, from my lips to Hashem's ears in Shemayim. Ribono Shalom.
What do you guys think? The palace be a great, it's a big palace, right?
You mean the place that he's...
Not the Shah, the Ayatollah's palace. Yeah, the one, dead Ayatollah's palace.
Yeah, the first Ayatollah, you mean.
Right. Khomeini, like, that would be great to turn into resort property.
Yeah,
That's the strategy that Bally's is following. Abby, did you know in Chicago, we're about to open up one of the largest casinos in the country in downtown Chicago, a new Bally's casino? Did you know that, Abby?
I actually know a lot about that company, John. A lot about it.
Well, you could have invested in the new casino in downtown Chicago.
Manufacturing. What do you want to talk about? O'Donnell? You want to talk about the people who started it?
The O'Donnells.
So, like, I know Marion Adelson. People keep on talking about
Adelson, not
Adelson. So, Adelson. They talked about her in Macau, and then I was watching, like, this video maybe, like, a week ago, and it was a guy who's, like, I guess a security professional. In other words, he's somebody who's
very experienced when it comes to catching cheaters in casinos, and he was showing all of these tricks, which I thought were like really. I was like, wow, people really come up with the craziest shit to cheat the system. But he's somebody who I guess primarily spent his time in Vegas, but he was also working in Macau. And I guess like how does Allison how did Westerners get a foothold into
You really want to hear
resorts in
you want to hear
Macau?
the story? From the beginning?
Yeah, I have no idea.
So, all right, if I start boring you, you guys can stop. So there was, it's called a SARS, a Special Administrative Region. It's like Hong Kong, similar. So it's part of China, but it was controlled by Portugal, and in a joint agreement. And then just like Hong Kong turned over to China, it turned from Portugal over to China. Around 3 years after Hong Kong did. So they had gaming there. There was a guy named Stanley Ho, and he had whatever casinos were there, whatever gaming was there, he was the only license, the only one who had it. And he had a very famous casino. It's still there, called the Lisboa. I mean, everything was kind of around Portugal because it's Portuguese law there and Portuguese influence. The Chinese government and the region decided to issue new licenses and breathe, life into the island, and to change up the business. So they offered out a bidding process all over the world for gaming companies to come in. I might be wrong on my number, but there was at least 25 approximately companies, maybe more, that came in the initial bidding when they put out the offering. And then it kind of dwindled down. It went down to maybe 8 or 9 that were left. I mean, all major companies. Ultimately, they had three gaming licenses to give out. So ultimately, those 3 licenses, one went to Stanley Ho, who had the existing properties. The other one went to Wynn Resorts, and the third one went to Las Vegas Sands, which was controlled by Sheldon Adelson at the time. They all did gaming companies that were initially coming in. You following me so far?
Yeah.
Stanley Ho and organized crime and all kinds of issues with it. So none of the U.S. and also the other two, Wynn and LVS, needed to distance themselves from him. That's a side note because that plays into how MGM got there. Because Stanley Ho's daughter, Pansy Ho, got his sub-concession, and ultimately it went to MGM, who had to show that they didn't have dealings with organized crime. And they had an ownership in a New Jersey casino, and New Jersey basically kicked them out of New Jersey. And you know how big MGM is, because at the time, because they were in dealings with Pansy Ho. You following me so far? So there was that was kind of laying out what was about to happen. Then the U.S. companies went in. They actually built land. So filled what's totally illegal to do in the U.S. They actually filled where there was water and created land masses where the main areas, the Cotai Strip, which is where the Venetian and several of the pieces of property that he had. And then in Old Macau, where the original sands went up before the Venetian was built in Macau. So then it became, how do I say this, like beyond a cash cow, like money you can't even imagine. So this is a statistic, you can Google it, you can read about it, but one casino of the many casinos that are there, in one night, more money is dropped than all of the Las Vegas Strip, all of Las Vegas combined. One night in one casino there. That's how much money was getting wagered. When you gamble there, if you're playing blackjack, there could be 8-10 people behind you betting on your bet. It's kind of insane, but it's like almost a religion in a sense.
You can
in
bet
culture.
on bets.
You can bet on bets. So they also had a very high gaming tax. One of like 40-some%. And then there's additional, they had these VIP rooms where the junketeers would be making a percentage of the bets also. So it gets a little more complicated. But anyway, long story short, it's very built. That's how the U.S. companies came in. And now there's, then the sub-concession was an Australian company. I don't know if you've ever heard of Kerry Packer. Anyway, Crown. But sub-concessions came in and built up. I mean, in the Venetian there, the one in Vegas, it dwarfs the one in Vegas. It's huge. Anyway, it's very, very successful, and it's what made these companies trade high. As Vegas changed and became more hospitality, gaming was much bigger there. Is that?
It's obviously stereotype. Asians are the most, they're overrepresented in comparison to other groups of people. It's literally gambling, crimes involving gambling. And you worked in the industry. Is there like a cultural acceptance towards gambling that you don't really see?
Yeah, it's completely part of their culture. I mean, it's woven into their culture. But on a side note, in another conversation, we could talk all about how you catch cheats and what the eye in the sky is and how the camera systems work. And you get trained to look, to watch for sleight of hand. Obviously equipment. You have safe games where you have gaming commissions. Like Vegas is a very safe game. The roulette wheels are calibrated every week. They check them for any magnet systems that come in. I mean, there's ways that cheats have been cheating for years. Different than counting cards, which is a different conversation. But you ever want to see something amazing, you tour the eye in the sky and you watch the surveillance system. And know that they had facial recognition before the cops used.
Is poker?
We had a company function at a casino, and he could not go because he put himself on the exclusion list. But even if you put yourself on the exclusion list here in Arizona, if you violate it, it's a felony.
we
Abby,
have a black book here.
Abby, is poker big over there?
Huge. It's not like New Jersey's black book is probably 10 times.
It's like everybody in the mafia.
To get on the black book here, you got to be. There's only 35 people on it. You have to be really, really, really bad. Jersey's is huge. Anyway, but the whole process of catching cheats is another conversation. It's very it's intricate work, but it's very cool to watch, to go up to where they have the eyes in the sky.
Abby, I hate to interrupt you. Abby. Abby, one of my YouTube viewers. Excuse me, Pepe. There's other people that exist on this platform, on this stage.
Shut up.
Well, you're dominating the stage as always. One of my viewers. I know. I got a question for her as well. So, okay, go ahead. The way you say "shut up" is kind of gay.
It's very, very controlled. The gaming board, the gaming commission is extremely strict. Everything is monitored. Everything is controlled. I mean, and when you have a license, I've gone through licensing. Every check you've ever written, all your money transaction, going back. For us, it went all the way back to college. They reviewed every transaction, and anything that has a scent of a connection to organized crime or any illegal, any financial crime. You can't get a license. You can't do business.
This is one of my questions. I got a new question for you, Abby. I got to get in the queue here. Moderators, I'm just going to keep talking.
Shut up, John.
One of my YouTube viewers wants to know, Abby, did you know Sam Rothstein? Ace Rothstein.
But, okay, so this guy was obviously, they brought him on because he's, I'm guessing, a very well-respected and experienced security guy that can catch the cheating, but it seems like the methods are so subtle and so advanced that the learning curve to be able to detect who's cheating would be like that must be a really hard job to be able to catch these.
You can take. It's funny that you say that because we toured. It was about systems that they use for other security needs for something unrelated, and they were saying that it's like it was like a month that you could take this class. It was a month long.
Just a vessel in the steady. Next, the following text is between the points of the pentagram, starting at upper right. The words will.
But to love me is better than all things. If under the night stars in the desert thou presently
Watermelon rainbow.
Watermelon rainbow. Watermelon rainbow. Watermelon rainbow. Watermelon rainbow. Watermelon rainbow. Watermelon rainbow. You look orange. Catching neon futures. Catching neon futures. Catching neon futures.
he kneel our door, rises, turns, shows the cup to the people, turns, replaces the cup, and adores music. For this is the covenant of resurrection. He makes the 5 crosses on the priestess. Accept, O Lord, this sacrifice of life and joy, true warrants of the covenant of resurrection. The priest offers the lance to the priestess, who kisses it. He then touches her between the breasts and upon the body. He then flings his arms upward as comprehending the whole shrine. Let this offering be borne upon the waves of ether to our Lord and Father, the Son that travelleth over the heavens in his name on. He closes his hands, kisses the priestess between the breasts, and makes 3 great crosses over the paten, the cup, and himself. He strikes his breast. All repeat this action. Hear ye all, saints of the true. From ye we claim benediction in the name of Yahweh. To love me is better than all things. If under the night stars in the desert thou presently burnest mine incense before me, invoking me with a pure heart, and a serpent flame therein, thou shalt come a little to lie in my bosom. For one kiss, thou then be willing to give all. But whoso gives one particle of dust shall lose all in that hour. Ye shall gather goods and store of women and spices. Ye shall wear rich jewels. Ye shall exceed the nations of the earth in splendor and pride. But always in the love of me, and so shall ye come to my joy. I charge you earnestly to come before me in a single robe and covered with a rich headdress. I love you. I yearn to you. Pale, purple, battles belong to us. All who are all pleasure and purple and drunkenness of the animal sense. Desire you. Put on the wings and arouse the coil splendor within you. Come to me. To me. To me.
You said elections coming Tuesday. By Thursday, signs are on. See the posters on my corner. Name in red and white and strong. Phone lights up with all the headlines. Futures calling, streets undone. Every ward and every station, every vote, it starts with one. Chunk it up, Chicago rise up. Going Chicago, lay them over top. Chunk it up, yeah, shaking it up. Tax reform for everybody, yes, we were right and left us Friends all say that we need change now. Less corruption, straighter plans. Take the power from the back rooms, give it back to working hands. Every train in every schoolyard, every small shop on the block needs a leader for the city who walking. The politicians lit, so green. Every head just starts to shift. Name tag, catch a light inside the room. Junkie, on your lips like something new. You pull me closer by the collar. Say I don't usually even bother. But tonight you want it better. We can make this together. You and me. Doing it the midnight bulls, yeah, right here, in the center of a room, in my head, future was landing, ward after ward, we're changing the room. The symbolism of the fool is best explained by first considering the meaning of the Hebrew letter Aleph attributed. This key Aleph means oxen, symbolize the motive power in agriculture, because they were used to pull plows as their agriculture is the basic form of civilization. Thus, the letter Aleph symbolizes cultural power, creative energy, life power, the vital principle of plants, animals, and men, which comes to us in physical form as the energy of the sun. This principle is also called life. Breath. It is the Greek pneuma, the Sanskrit prana, the Hebrew ruach, the Latin spiritus. Literally, these words mean breath. Secondarily, they refer to the spirit or all-pervading life, energy. This meaning is substantiated by the title. For fool is derived from the Latin phallus, meaning a bag of wind. Thus, the fool symbolizes that which contains air or breath. The number 0 carries this idea a step farther. It is a symbol of the limitless, unconditioned life. The 0 is shaped like an egg. Hence, it symbolizes that which contains all of the potencies of growth and development. Occultists will understand that we refer to the cosmic egg and to the ring pass not. In the picture, sun refers to the one force. It is white to indicate that it is the universal radiant energy which is concentrated. The mountains represent the abstract mathematical conceptions which are behind all knowledge of nature as such. They are cold and uninteresting to many, but the melting of the snow upon the peaks feeds the streams that make fertile the valleys below. So will the principles of ageless wisdom feed your consciousness and make fertile your mental imagery, thus transform your life. The wreath around the fool's head symbolizes the vegetable kingdom, also victory. The wand is will, the wallet, memory. Force manifests itself. The little dog symbolizes the intellect, the merely reasoning mind. He is a faithful companion, but must have a master. The magician. The title refers to man as the director of the force by which he transforms his consciousness and reaches the stage known to occultists as initiation. The number 1, which is geometrically symbolized as a point, means concentration, attention, a limiting of the field of activity. This refers to the practice which is absolutely indispensable to all aspirants for truth. Until you have learned how to concentrate, you cannot perform the great work. Study this key carefully, and it will help you to learn to concentrate, for its symbolism was created to that end. The roses of the arbor symbolize desire, and it has been wisely said that desire is the motivation of evolution. This is a central point of occult doctrine, because you cannot even begin to use the subtler forces of nature until you realize that you do nothing of yourself, but which the life force expresses itself. His uplifted wand is a symbol of his ability to direct the natural forces with which he works. Also of the Hermetic axiom, that which is above is as that which is below. The horizontal H represents dominion, strength, and control, and is also the mathematical sign of infinity. The magician's left hand points to the ground in a gesture of concentration. The black hair bound with a white band symbolizes the limitation of ignorance by knowledge. The red rose is action and desire. The white undergarment, symbolizing wisdom, is encircled with the serpent of eternity. Magician. The implements are the wand, cup, sword, and pentacle. They represent fire, water, air, and earth. Also will, imagination, action, and physical embodiment. Subconscious mind which is cultivated by the acts of attention of the self-conscious mind. From this garden spring all the powers of subconsciousness. Lilies, because they are white and six-petaled, represent the abstract perception of truth, as well as the cosmic laws and principles by which the universe is sustained. The astrological attribution of K2 is the moon. The moon is a reflector of sunlight, and thus is a symbol of reflection, duplication, as in a mirror. Like ideas, the crescent moon is cup-shaped.
This garden has a close connection with the faculty of reason. When we consider reason as insight or mental vision. Physical sight is also meant here, and the orange background is symbolic of the sun, source of the light by means of which we are able to see. The mountain represents the fiery activity of Mars and Aries, which are attributes of this key. Aries is also symbolized by the ram's heads on the shoulder and throne, and Mars by the steel armor with which the emperor is clad. The 12 points that ornament the helmet are also astrological. The globe is a conventional symbol of dominion. This globe and cross, like the circle and toe of the scepter, symbolize the masculine and feminine potencies of the radiant mental energy, or life force. The purple flaps over his armor hinted his rulership, since purple is the color of royalty. This garden has a close connection with the faculty of reason. Apart or to separate. In addition to that, the zodiacal sign, Gemini, is attributed to this key. Gemini.
Force manifests itself. The little dog symbolizes the intellect, the merely reasoning mind. He is a faithful companion. Force manifests itself. The little dog symbolizes the intellect, the merely reasoning mind. He is a faithful companion, but must have a master. The magician. The title refers to man as the director of the force by which he transforms his consciousness and reaches the stage known to occultists as initiation. The number 1, which is geometrically symbolized as a point, means concentration, activity. This refers to the practice which is absolutely indispensable to all aspects of truth. Until you have learned how to concentrate, you cannot perform the great work. Study this key carefully, and it will help you to learn to concentrate, for its symbolism was created to that end. The roses of the arbor symbolize desire, and it has been wisely said that desire is the motivation of evolution.
By his posture, clearly indicates that he draws power from above.
This is a central point of occult doctrine, because you cannot even begin to use the subtler forces of nature until you realize that you do nothing of yourself, but simply act as a channel through which the life force expresses itself. His uplifted wand is a symbol of his ability to direct the natural forces with which he works. Also of the Hermetic axiom, that which is above is as that which is below. The horizontal H represents dominion, strength, and control, and is also the mathematics. The little dog symbolizes the intellect, the merely reasoning mind. He is a faithful companion, but must have a master. The magician. The title refers to man as the director of the force, by which he transforms his consciousness and reaches the stage known to occultists as initiation. The number one, which is geometrically symbolized as a point, means concentration, attention, a limiting of the field of activity. This refers to the practice, which is absolutely indispensable to all aspirants for truth. Until you have learned how to concentrate, you cannot perform the great work. Study this key carefully, and it will help you to learn to concentrate, for its symbolism was created to that end. The roses of the arbor symbolize desire, and it has been wisely said that desire is the motivation of evolution. The central figure, by his posture, clearly indicates that he draws power from above. This is a central point of occultic doctrine, because you cannot even begin to use the subtler forces of nature until you realize that you do nothing of yourself, but simply act as of his ability to direct the natural forces with which he works. Also of the Hermetic axiom, that which is above is as that which is below. The horizontal H represents dominion, strength, and control, and is also the mathematical sign of infinity, concentration.
Not once.
Black hair brown with a white belly symbolizes the limitation of ignorance and ignorance. The red rose is action and desire. The white undergarment, symbolizing wisdom, is encircled with the serpent of eternity. The table is the field of attention, which is the workbench of the magician. The implements are the wand, cup, sword, and pentacle. They represent fire, water, air, and earth. Also will, imagination, action, and physical embodiment. The garden is the subconscious mind, which is cultivated by the acts of attention of the self-conscious mind. From this garden spring all of the powers of subconsciousness. Lilies, because they are white and six-petaled, representing the abstract perception of truth. as well as the cosmic laws and principles by which the universe is sustained. To the High Priestess. The astrological attribution of K2 is the moon. The moon is a reflector of sunlight, and thus is a symbol of reflection, duplication, as in a mirror and ideas. The crescent moon is cup-shaped and force manifest itself. The little dog symbolizes the intellect, the merely reasoning mind. He is a faithful companion, but must have a master. The magician. The title refers to man as the director of the force by which he transforms his consciousness and reaches the stage known to occultists as initiation. The number one, which is geometrically symbolized as a point, means concentration, attention, a limiting of the field of activity. This refers to the practice which is absolutely indispensable to all aspirants for truth. Until you have learned how to concentrate, you cannot perform the great work. Study this key carefully, and it will help you to learn to concentrate, for its symbolism was created to that end. The roses of the arbor symbolize desire, and it has been wisely said that desire is the motivation of evolution. By his posture, clearly indicates that he was power from above. This is a central point of occult doctrine, because you cannot even begin to use the subtle forces of nature until you realize that you do nothing of yourself, but simply act as a channel through which the life force expresses itself. Below, the horizontal H represents dominion, strength, and control, and is also the mathematical sign of infinity. The magician's left hand
As
points
vice
to the
chair
ground
of the
in a
New Year's
gesture of
campaign,
concentration. The black hair round with a white band symbolizes the undergarment, symbolizing wisdom, is encircled with the serpent of eternity. The table is the field of attention, which is imagination, action, and physical embodiment. The garden is the subconscious mind which is cultivated by the acts of attention of the self-conscious mind. From this garden spring all the powers of subconsciousness. Lilies, because they are white and six-petaled, represent the abstract perception of truth, as well as the cosmic laws and principles. The astrological attribution of K2 is the moon. The moon is a reflector of sunlight, and thus is a symbol of reflection, duplication, as in a mirror. Like ideas, the crescent moon is cup-shaped.
manifests itself. The force manifests itself. The little dog symbolizes the intellect, the merely reasoning mind. He is a faithful companion, but must the director of the force by which he transforms his consciousness and reaches the stage known to occultists as initiation. The number one, which is geometrically symbolized as a point, means concentration, attention, a limiting of the field of activity. This refers to the practice which is absolutely indispensable to all aspirants for truth. Until you have learned how to concentrate, you cannot perform the great work. Study this key carefully, and it will help you to learn to concentrate, for its symbolism was created to that end. The roses of the arbor symbolize desire, and it has been wisely said that desire is the motivation of evolution. By his posture, he indicates that he draws power from above. This is a central point of occult doctrine, because you cannot even begin to use the subtle forces of nature until you realize that you do nothing of yourself, but simply act as a channel through which the life force expresses itself. His uplifted wand is a symbol of his ability to direct the natural forces with which he works. Also of the Hermetic axiom, that which is above is as that which is below. The horizontal H represents dominion, strength, and control, and is also the mathematical sign of infinity. The magician's left hand points to the ground in a gesture of concentration. The black hair bound with a white band symbolizes the limitation of ignorance by knowledge. The red rose is action and desire. The white undergarment, symbolizing wisdom, is encircled with the serpent of eternity. The table is the field of attention, which is the workbench of the magician. The implements are a wand, cup, sword, and pentacle. They represent fire, water, air, and earth. Also will, imagination, action, and physical embodiment. The garden is a subconscious mind which is cultivated by the acts of attention of the self-conscious mind. From this garden spring all of the powers of subconsciousness. Lilies, because they are white and six-petaled, represent the abstract perception of truth, as well as the cosmic laws and principles by which the universe is sustained. The astrological attribution of K2 is the moon. The moon is a reflector of sunlight, and thus is a symbol of reflection, duplication, as in a mirror. Like ideas, the crescent moon is cup-shaped. Force manifests itself, reasoning mind. He is a faithful companion. Magician. The title refers to man as the director of the force, by which he transforms his consciousness and reaches the stage known to occultists.
This card has a close connection with
The number one, which is geometrically symbolized as a point, means concentration, attention, force, limiting of the field of activity. This refers to the practice which is absolutely indispensable to all aspirants for truth. Until you have learned how to concentrate, you cannot perform the great work.
The darkness recedes as the light shines on the until at last we find ourselves upon the heights to which we now aspire. 10. The wheel of fortune is the key word assigned to the wheel of fortune, related to such ideas as spin, circulation, rolling, whirling, wheeling, ether. What is meant here is that the symbology of this key refers to the initial whirling motion and the vast expanse of the root substance of the universe, which occultists call the limitless light. Differentiations of this primary notion dissolve changes in form or quality on every plane. The title refers to the attribution to this key of the pair of opposites, cavity. The rewarding intelligence is attributed to it, and the planet Jupiter, which is called in astrology the greater fortune, and is stated to have tremendous influence, prosperity, and wide benefits when well placed in a horoscope. Cherubim emblems are the cherubs mentioned in Ezekiel and Revelation. They represent the four fixed signs of the zodiac. The wheel itself is the symbol of the whole cycle of cosmic expansion. The yellow serpent, whose movement suggests vibration, represents the evolution of the cosmic radiant energy from form into matter. The jackal-headed smoldering represents the evolution of consciousness from lower forms to higher. Finally, the Sphinx typifies the real self of man and its evolutionary journey in this cycle
of subconsciousness. Lilies, because they are white and six-petaled, represent the abstract perception of truth, as well as the cosmic laws and principles by which the universe is sustained. To the high priestess, the astrological attribution of key 2 is the moon. The moon is a reflector of sunlight, and thus is a symbol of reflection, duplication, as in a mirror, and ideas. The crescent moon is cup-shaped and I am the charioteer of the...
Hey Beaver, I heard you're the problem. Having a good old time on a river. And I suspect no foul play. That man seemed to be like a part of the crowd. Unfortunately, accidents do happen. Hello?
Do the Bill Clinton voice.
Hey, Monica, could you send Monica in here? Hey, darling. You know what I'd like you to do, Monica?
What's that, Mr. President?
Come on over here, Monica. Let me show you something at the desk. Open up that drawer right there and take out what you see.
Oh, Mr. President.
Hold on a second. I got a call from Jeff. Hey, Jeffrey. Yeah, I'll see you on the island this weekend. Monica, come on over here and say hi to Jeff.
Hi, Jeff.
Hey, Monica, it's Jeffrey. All right, Jeff, I'll see you this weekend. Take it. Monica, come over here and suck Daddy's dick.
Mr. President.
Da-dum-bum.
You can do stand-up.
I do stand up. I only have 150,000 fucking videos up on YouTube, dude.
Does it not take off?
No, it's the smarter version of stand up. Stand up is for losers. Those are people who go out and drink and waste all their time in bars with other losers. Like, if you compare what those losers have to what I have, in terms of like content and digital assets, I'm like on the cutting edge. Most people are, living in 1999 in the bar scene. Hello?
Why do you think so many people are trying to manifest a murder out of this Nolan Wells situation?
Because it's like a subconscious boogeyman. It's like a ghetto mythology, or like a Candyman. Did you ever see the movie Candyman?
I don't remember.
It's like this ghetto murder movie where just like have the wives' tale about like you say Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary. It's the same thing. You Candyman, 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 and then an N word pops up with like a meat hook and then kills you in your ghetto low income housing unit. That's what the whole movie's about. So what I'm trying to say is, when people unfortunately pass on and it involves like the boating community, accidents happen so much that to attribute this to foul play just shows you that like people hyper focus in on racial political issues, because it's not racial when you go off the back of the boat and the motor chops off your legs and you bleed out in the water. Like, these are accidents with power equipment fucking happen. And so that's why I brought up the Candyman thing, because it's like, especially on this app is, I know it's on, they're just looking for shit. And plus the media is playing it up, so it is what it is. But all this shit just will phase away. But like, if you want to have some fun, create another room and just call it like another Carmelo Anthony room on behalf of Nolan Wells. It's just this is content, dude. A lot of these African American.
I want Beema to write Carmelo in prison, but she hasn't done it yet.
I created a new house today called Beema something. I can't remember what the rest of it is, but oh man. I wanted to tell her that I actually kind of figured out a way to make structural white racism work in conjunction with reparations. Because a lot of African Americans have been Americans longer generationally than the boom in 1900 from Ellis Island and all the Europeans coming in. So what the African Americans should have done in the late 1800s was prevented the mass migration of white people, and they could have taken over America, as a tribe, if they could have got their act together. But because of structural white racism and Jim Crow and redlining and all this suppression of African Americans, you could make the argument that African Americans are due reparations, but you'd have to admit that they were politically unable or didn't have the willpower. That's the question. Is it their willpower, or is it actual structural white racism and suppression of their willpower, which wasn't able to manifest because of, toxic white structural racism? So that's how I would identify the key time period where they lost big time, because the American population exploded around 1900. So that's my explanation for reparations and why they got shafted so bad after liberation from slavery. What do you think?
Yes. So you're basically saying they had their chance and they blew it?
They had their chance and they blew it to become the majority or like a superior minority. They had that opportunity, but because of Ellis Island and mass European migration, they lost whatever hand they had. They lost it. So that's why it's a little hypocritical as a white American European whose grandparents came over in 1900 to shit on an African American who's generationally longer in this country. And so that's why I say, like, from a republic perspective, you could make the case that the individual plaintiff reparation, and then the guy Boutros, Attorney General, he's already figured these and fund it. It's against the history of our, progression of political and law. So reparations are out of the water, but I just think from a historical perspective, African Americans should make a big stink about 1900 and how they got shafted in terms of demographics. And maybe Dr. Peepee, the pseudo-intellectual historian who knows everything about these weird little minute things, which are so stupid. I keep quoting him, and I say, "That's not the topic! Stick to the topic, please!" Like, it is, he is such a bitch in these rooms, the way he talks to people, especially in Gary Bumgarden's room with his green bean and how the green beans can interrupt and pick apart your questions. Like, he got roasted by Smurf or Homer or whatever he goes by. He was like, "Shut your fucking hole, Marshall. You fucking faggot kicking me from rooms. Fuck you, fag." Like, this guy, he's a successful dude. He's like an investor and a Jewish guy, I think. But he loves talking shit about liberal progressives. And really, Marshall is actually just a Democrat cosplaying as a Republican. And his candidate, Monica De La Cruz, who is a current congresswoman, they hate Trump. And like, Marshall talks shit about Trump all day, every day on this app. And he's a Republican? Like, does the guy not know what team he's on? And his congressman, yeah, well, I don't know if he's a traitor, but I think he's just intentionally, I don't know, when you actually meet people that work in politics, try to play in politics, or have been in politics, I don't know, Marshall is just like, there's 10 Marshalls out there. He's not, he's Stephen Bader with an uglier face. I'm telling you, the Stephen Baders and the Marshall Stankin Rankins and that other guy who's a Democrat, they're all just Democrats, dude. They're all a part of the same fabric, cut in ugly different shapes. It's like this everywhere, dude. I'm telling you, this country is Democrat. There's so few Republicans. It's unbelievable. But anyways, back to Nolan and his adventure.
You don't feel sorry for being white? Or guilty, I mean?
No, not in the slightest, because I know where my great-grandparents came from, and they went through Ellis Island. So I have no role or part or play in this drama that happened here in 1865, etc. So I think
Back in grade school, when you were in class and you were watching a scene in a movie that depicted slavery or mistreatment of black people, did you feel a tingle inside, or did you feel sorrow?
Well, I didn't really know just how brutal African American slavery was in this country, like with the masks and like the neck devices and a lot of stuff. And so as a child, I just had no feeling. Have you ever thought about like what it would have been like to own a plantation and you had 300 slaves that worked on your plantation and you had to basically run them industrially, psychologically, physically, mentally, nutritionally, housing, clothing? Like they're your horse that you have to like take care of. A slave is worth like $300,000 at the time in today's dollars. So you have basically a robot body that you have to treat well to preserve your investment.
I don't think they were worth that much. I think they're probably like 40 to 50,000.
You could look it up. I was shocked that it was like in the hundreds of thousands. Yeah, because think about it. Like getting a robot from Africa is expensive, even back in 1865. And like, if your plantation is doing $1 million plus a year, I don't know. Anyways, you could like run the numbers, but I've read that the average slave got to keep more in his or her productive output than the average taxpayer gets to keep today. So you go to work 3 to 5 days to pay your federal taxes, but a slave only went to work 2 out of 5 days to pay for his own personal upkeep based on whatever that plantation slave owner would provide in terms of minimal housing, medicine, food, clothing, etc. So I know that's like very horrible thing to say, but I have read that they've actually picked the numbers apart. And statistically, slaves got to keep more than your average income earner here today, because we're paying almost 50% in taxes at this point. Hello?
They got to keep something.
That's why I said the owner would have to kick back some of that slave's revenue generated to preserve the well-being of that investment, to maximize.
Oh, what do you mean reinvesting? I thought you meant they actually got a small wage.
No, absolutely not. I mean, but they had to be provided with housing or something to keep them surviving. You wouldn't want your horse in your barn dying, would you? That's why I say you gotta like really try to like role play this out in your own head to understand what it was like to own slaves. It's not something that you can just like pass off and say, yeah, you never thought about it. Like it's they are part of your lifestyle, They are your slaves. And some slave owners probably educated their slaves because they're like, what else am I going to do? Let's just go read books to the slaves all night, Try to make them hate us less, want to kill us less, and increase our return on investment and productivity for the week. So that's what I'm saying. It's a big mind fuck because like you're like manipulating your slaves to maximize productivity and not kill you and not run away, etc. So it's like, did you have a working relationship with your slaves? There's a lot to think about. Hello?
Would you be a brutal dictator, or would you be like, give them a lot of 15-minute breaks, vacation time, and all that stuff?
Well, we know the vacation time, there was probably some kind of downtime. But I bet you a lot of these slave owners used Christianity.
That's about it.
What was that?
Yeah, Christmas, one day.
Yeah, one day a year, not even New Year's. Well, that's why I say it's like, see, the problem with communication is that so much of it, it's just like political memory repetition, but it's not based on what really was. And it's just so polarized to match the ideology of today. But again, I gave you the reason why I created that. They lost the biggest opportunity that they had to become the dominant force in America. It was in that brief period in the late 1800s. That's where they could have actually exercised political organization and action to take a large percentage of the government under their control, politically, congressionally, senatorially. And they could have prevented the mass immigration of white people into this country. So if you talk about redlining, you're fucking at it. That's insignificant to the 100 million white people that came in through Ellis Island and just mass populated this country and completely.
How would they could have stopped though? I mean, how would they have stopped anything?
Well, what do you think the argument about today is? Nobody wants this mass Muslim migration that has happened into this country. So that's my point. Is like, look at the Somali situation in Minneapolis or Detroit, etc. And they've taken over the governments. And that's what I'm saying is the African Americans could have quadrupled their population, become a dominant force, and America could have become a black superpower. But it didn't happen. And that's what I'm saying is all these arguments are insignificant compared to that loss. All this bullshit about redlining and Jim Crow.
I don't understand what you mean.
I'm saying that I'm saying that after liberation from slavery, the argument would be is that they were prevented from becoming a political organized force in the government. And then all the mass white migration at 1900 completely destroyed the opportunity for the African Americans who are ADOS liberated to become political and economic power in America and share that, not even equally, but like either less or more. But I'm just saying that the mass migration in 1900 is the key point in economic history for African Americans to make claims and liability claims for class action or individual lawsuits for reparations. And again, this is all in the backdrop of today's mass migration into this country from the Joe Biden administration, either at the border or overstay visas. Because if we have 30 million illegal aliens in this country, if they get amnesty, that means even less power for African Americans in this country. And I'm only bringing it up because we know this girl on this app named Bima, who is a social justice warrior and loves to claim that we live in a structural white racist society. So I'm only trying to bring in some evidence to this courtroom. I rest my case.
You gotta look at the time. It's like about early 1900s. I mean, black people did try to build their own communities, and each time they did, it got demolished by white mob. You're talking about lawsuits and all of that. You really think black people were gonna win a lawsuit in the 1900s? Class action lawsuits? No.
No, they didn't have the political capital, the intellectual capital, or the organizational capital needed to do something like what Kitover's saying.
No, it just seemed like every time the black community tried schools, hospitals, blah, 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 it just got demolished. And
are you guys agree about fuck Israel? Are you agree with me?
I can't even understand what you're saying.
I see. Are you agree with me? Fuck Israel, free Palestine? Why are you muting me? Let me talk. Free country. Free of speech.
It's not for you.
See that?
Not for you.
The other thing about...
What the fuck are you first? I'm an Arabic nigga. I'm a fucking Arab.
Afwan Habibi. Let me finish your point, is that America is not a democracy. And it's, the proof is that if America was a democracy, African Americans in 1895 would have had enough votes to prevent mass white immigration into America. Therefore, we have a representative republic where our federal government sets rules and ordinances and amendments and acts and spends money in an undemocratic way, where we do not have individual liberty, and we have this like super blob that has always been operating outside of the ordinance of individual will or individual democracy. So that's the reality of our political industrial complex, and that's the explanation on why blacks have been redlined and delegitimized or have suffered in comparison to, I guess, the per capita of white people. Because if you buy yearbooks on eBay from America in the 1920s, 30s, 40s, 50s,
you can do that.
Yeah, you can. And you can actually see the demographics of the classrooms at major universities or high schools, etc. And there's no black people in those yearbooks. None. And so
schools are segregated.
It's more than that. Well, I guess what I'm saying is that the lack of integration is the lack of economic equality, or at least equity. Anyways, I'm just saying there's a lot of ways to skin a cat, but if African Americans in 2026 are not for ICE and mass deportations, they don't understand their own political capital, or they do not have what you could call real politique. Hello?
Black, do you hate white people sometimes?
Did you say?
Do you sometimes hate white people?
No, I don't hate anybody. I dislike people, but I don't hate. I don't have hate in my heart. I do dislike. For me to hate somebody, it has to be real bad. I don't even hate Pepe with his ignorant ass. But I dislike a lot of people.
Do you ever have fantasies of torturing white people?
Absolutely not. And that's the thing. When I see anybody get tortured or hurt, that hurts my heart. I don't like to see anybody, white, black, Latino, Asian. I don't like to see anybody get tortured. And so that's what I'm saying about black people is black people cannot, in my opinion, and my factual opinion, really, because I believe it's fact, black people cannot be racist. You don't have the capacity over this tree, lynching white people, throwing them into ovens, accusing them of crimes they didn't even commit. I mean, you walk down the street and blink at a white woman, oh, here comes a white mob. You're convicted and killed or lynched. A lot of people really need to, go to the YouTube and look at some of the cases where black people have been convicted of some of the stupidest shit in this country and killed.
Well, I just want to.
It's sad too because I heard about the lady and her husband. Her husband got lynched over some land. I think, and last name was Turner, I think. And then she spoke up about it. And then a white mob came to lynch her, and she was pregnant. Not only did they torture and lynch her, they cut the baby out of her. What I understand is why a group of white people would sit up there and just watch somebody get tortured and have smiles on their face, and it's really demonic. It's hate. It's hatred.
Well, I was going to say, if you talk to Bima, just tell her that my little research into structural white racism was my little way of giving back and fighting back if her theory is correct about the flat earth. But regardless of how I was born in my birth, or what the truth of the earth is, or what my death will be, I did my part today on behalf of Bima. Thursday, July 23rd, 2026. I stake my claim on the late 1890s as being the historical apocalypse of the African Americans in America.
What is her belief again? I'm sorry. Bima, what's her belief?
She thinks that we live in a structural white racist society.
I mean, you don't think so?
Well, like you said, you Beaver asked you if you have ever hated white people or disliked white people, and you're like, no, I just hate and dislike annoying people. It has nothing to do with white skin, black skin, purple skin, brown skin, green skin, pink skin, red skin, brown. Like, you get my point? Highly annoying people transcend racial consciousness. You just want to get away from horribly obnoxious, stupid, annoying people. They're fat and they're nasty and they're annoying. Am I right? Am I right? I mean, if you think this is a structurally white racist society, provide some evidence or opinions on why that's so.
It's not run by the white man. This country is not run by the white.
See, if you believe,
who's it run by? Government?
Well, God, if you believe in a supreme power. Are you an atheist, Black? Oh, you believe in a supreme God?
I believe in God, yes. I believe that there's only one God.
One God, one will, right? One destiny, one plan, one man. Hello? That's why I say all this structural white race is just stupid talk. It's really anti-God.
Yeah, I don't know that, but I can tell you this. Nima might feel that way because I believe, she's with a Black man and she learned a lot, being around, a Black person. So, maybe she didn't know a lot of stuff before she got this person. And maybe she got education. So I really don't know. But you cannot sit up here and tell me in this country that there is not parts of this country where it's certain sections are for, lower class people and upper class. And who's mostly the upper class? It's not Black people. It's not Latino.
Yeah, but there are upper class in the African American community. It's just so ridiculous to say there's not Black elites. For Christ's sake, King Lamar, Oprah. I mean, the list goes on and on. Jay-Z, Beyonce, dominating the media, dominating industries. There is Black excellence.
The majority.
I get it, but it's a bell-shaped curve, and I think it's kind of entitled. I think I've come to the conclusion that people on Clubhouse are extremely entitled and privileged because there are people that can come here 40 to 50 to 60 hours a week as if they're fucking rich. How the fuck can people spend this much time and give all their focus and all their concentration, all their mindfulness to a fucking conference call app with a bunch of people intentionally gaslighting each other? I'm just saying that everything is a bell-shaped curve, and when people say, it's a white man's world and there ain't no Blacks up there, it's like bullshit. African Americans are the cool people, didn't you know? And all the white people want to mingle with cool people like Barack Hussein Obama, who ain't even Black. Mama white? I mean, come on now. It's all theater.
Black. He is half Black. He's half African.
He's half white.
His mother's white and his father is from Ghana. So he's half Black.
He's half African. He's gay. He's half white, and he married a trans Black man.
Come on now, that's silly. That is really. You guys are painting this narrative about Michelle Obama.
Why is Michelle Obama eating Altoids with George Bush, a war criminal? Like they're besties, and they're supposedly opposing political parties. Come on, it's a fucking theater show. These fuckers organized, controlled, manipulated. Obama is a white man's Uncle Tom. He's George Bush's Uncle Tom. He's George Bush's CIA bread and butter mind control project with a trans husband. I know it sounds ridiculous, but prove to me that Michelle Obama is the mother of those two children. Never seen a pregnancy photo. It's all bullshit. Surrogates.
That's a bunch of drama, propaganda, lies. No.
Prove
I
it.
don't believe that.
Show me the photo. Just Google it. Beautiful pregnancy photos of Michelle Obama. Never seen it. But I do know that her jaw, for a multimillionaire worth $100 million, her teeth ain't even straight because they had to do teeth reduction or some kind of jaw surgery to tighten up that little aesthetic. And I know every photo is airbrushed. All those glamour shots, the perfect family while he's waging war in 10 Muslim countries in the Middle East as the president, dropping more bombs than all of World War II combined. The man is a war criminal and a vaccine criminal. He's the biggest slut, whore, demon prostitute we've ever had in the Oval Office. He should have been wearing a jacket that said Pfizer, Moderna, J&J, AstraZeneca, Northrop Grumman, Lockheed Martin, Advanced Defense Material. Like, the guy is worth almost $1 billion now. His facility is worth $1 billion. The man is a fucking business genius. No doubt about it. But he's not in love with that man, Michael. You can see in the photos, there is something off about Michelle. And we live in an LGBTQIA plus world where trans is everywhere. The governors are trans. The congresswomen are trans. The military generals are trans. And you mean to tell me that the CIA, the biggest organization on the planet with $100 billion a year operating budget, ain't going to squeak out a trans, first lady? Come on. That's what's happening here. I rest my case.
Okay. Eva, you wanted to say something?
Man, I'm out partying right now, man. I'm out with the white folks right now, man. This motherfucking busting, man. I gotta go to the audience. Oh, damn. Yeah. But, I can't say too much right now because I'm out. But when I get to the crib, it's busting. Shout out to Beaver, man. Make sure y'all follow Miles. What up, Black? What up, man? Y'all, you feel me? I'm gonna tap in with y'all in a little bit.
It's a myth that racism is an epidemic, an endemic. Bro, I'm not your bro, Black. My name is Ein. You can address me as my profile name, but I ain't your bro, Black. Address me as I would like to be addressed, which is Ein. Is that okay, Black? I ain't your bro.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, as I was saying, I go to work, I'm around white people, and I'm not oppressed at work, even though I do believe certain areas, there is biases, but, I'm around white people all the time. Am I oppressed at work? No. But I'm not going to sit up here and deny that there's not issues in this world. So, you can, but I'm not.
The big rush. Powerball rush.
Well, you're putting words in my mouth that I didn't say. And I think everybody can obviously admit that there are issues in our society, in our government, on the world at large. So I'm just trying to put forward a positive, optimistic, neuro-linguistic program that helps people along their way. Because I ain't got all day to argue with you. You angry. I'm happy. Leave me alone.
Yeah, I heard you earlier. You was trying to downplay. You talking about the master, when he owned slaves. He made sure that they had to be taken care of. That was crap. Have you been on a plantation before? Have you seen
No, I have been on a plantation, and I've seen slave quarters, and I've seen slave auction markets. Oh, I know. It's horrific. I mean, the experience must have been awful, traumatic, terrible. Couldn't think of probably a worse situation to be in. From the get go, crossing the great ocean, stuffed in the bottom of a ship, disease, no food, water, horrible. The whole experience is just pure suffering, and I can only imagine that some lives, how they even found the will to live. I'm sure a lot of slaves ended up making the ultimate decision to not live. I'm sure a lot of people chose death over slavery and servitude and punishment and censorship because they were censored. And talk about platforms. They had no platforms. Their houses didn't have platforms. They had mud floors with no plumbing, no hot water and heating, no kitchen, not even a couch. Just a straw wooden bed, not even bricks. Awful, horrible, terrible. Where is Outcheck? Are you in the know? Do you suspect foul play?
The foul play, not directly onto him. The only thing that I feel is they knew that he had drowned and they just left him. And that's just the bottom line. So, do I believe that they hit him with an object or no, I don't. But I do believe they saw this young man drown and they just left him like nothing, like a piece of garbage. So, yeah.
Well, to say that they thought he was a piece of garbage is really insensitive and lacking, I think, in awareness or context. Because I've seen video. It's not a pat on the back kind of a thing. I think that you are injecting your opinion into a tragedy where many of these people, he was their friend, and they're very sad.
My opinion?
Yeah, but I think your opinion's way the fuck off. Because
no, it's not. It actually isn't.
Well,
okay.
The reason
I just told you I don't believe that they, put hands on him or anything like that.
I heard
However,
you.
they left.
I know, but if your claim is that they saw him drowned, and let's say
they did.
Okay, but you're also implying that they couldn't retrieve the body, or they decided to just leave it. But when you're dead, and the fact is they didn't kill this kid. And as I was talking to Beaver earlier, I used to have a boat, and I have more boating experience maybe than others, and I follow the news. And in Chicago, we have what's called the playpen, where there's a lot of boats. So that means a lot of accidents, horrible accidents, because you're dealing with power motors, huge machinery at high speeds. And so, I guess I won't continue speaking because I hate being redundant.
At the end of the day, bro, you just don't leave a friend, especially when you're on water like that on a boat. I can see if they had went to the mall or something, and they had a car and they left, but just to, in the water, you just don't leave your friend, only person by himself. Like that's not normal. That is not normal at all, and that's just the bottom line.
I mean, your intuition could be spot on, but it could also be off. I've never been in a situation like that where somebody, that you knew, because I've seen the videos of the kid on the boat. Like, he was part of the crew. And I've seen the cross-examination of these kids, the depositions and subpoenas, and the black lawyer asking all these questions. It's, you got to be a little, I guess, aggressive to try to see if you can get a reaction, to try to find some kind of truth or something. But it's my agility is really communication, to kick a dead horse for no other reason than lack of creativity, lack of focus, lack of concentration, and the mythology of structural white racism, and using this poor kid as a piece of evidence in a non-existent court case for lonely bored people to continue to spam the internet with their bullshit. Hello.
How do you respond, Black?
Oh, no, I don't know what to say. It's in and out.
She don't even know what to say.
What's his name? The black guy who wants to be white. What's his name? I don't know. I forgot his name. Anyway, listen. Sad case. Very sad case. Carmelo. Am I saying it right? Carmelo Anthony. Sad case. Very sad. It's very sad when, people pass. It is. And at such a young age, sometimes our choices put us in bad situations. Like, again, and I'm just going to say this again. You're on a boat with a group of friends, partying, whatever you're doing. You cannot tell me that out of all those people, he's the only one left behind. Okay, something doesn't add up with that. He's the only one, nobody else left with him. He's just by himself. Something's not right there. So, it is what it is. It's sad. I hope they find the truth of what happened to him. He does deserve justice. Those are not friends, because nobody should be leaving anybody behind. I don't care if he wanted to stay, then some of them should have stayed there with him. You don't just leave off of a boat and go somewhere else or whatever, go home or whatever the hell they were doing.
Have you ever been on a boat? There's a lot of mosquitoes and a lot of spiders.
What?
Big rush.
What'd you say?
I said, if you ever been on a boat, there's a lot of mosquitoes and a lot of spiders.
Okay. So what are you saying?
That could have been one of the determining factors why they decided to head back to port, to the dock, because they were like, fuck it, let's get out of here. There's a lot of mosquitoes, and I'm getting bit up. Fuck. And there's a lot of spiders over here. Fuck, let's go!
Okay, well, I thought the boat ride was pretty long, so if they knew all that, why even get into the boat? I get my body marked up. I know with Caucasian people, when they get bit up, because one of my friends, their body turns red. Me, we just stay off the boat and play in the water and sand.
Well, I was on a boat one time in college. I got my boat. I said to my friend, I said, bro, there's no way I can't do this. It's too cold. He says, go stand in the back of the boat. There's a puddle. It'll cool you off from your feet. I'm standing in the water in the boat. I'm like, yeah, maybe this will work. Next thing I know, he shoves me over the back of the fucking boat. So friends fuck around on boats and people get clipped, I got a bunch of friends, and, I mean, in hindsight, they're kind of assholes. They weren't necessarily looking out for me. They were kind of like parasitically using me to have a good time, and I suffered the consequences of the fake friendship. And I think that that's what could have maybe happened to this young man.
It's so sad. Oh, hi, Matt. I didn't see you come in. What's wrong with this app?
I'm the black girl. What's the latest and greatest on that cake?
Nothing. The room was running on fumes. So I changed it to reservations.
Beaver, Beaver, maybe you can give Matt a summary statement about my theory about how African Americans were apocalyptically decimated in the 1890s with the advent of Ellis Island and the mass influx of white people. And that would be the point in history where reparations would have to be calculated.
So, I don't really, I mean, it doesn't make sense to me, but whoever believes that African Americans missed their window back in the turn of the century with Ellis Island, they should have come together and stopped the mass immigration of Europeans, because that dilutes their numbers as a percentage of our population. Even though African Americans were tiny back then, weren't they? Like their percentage. So, I don't know.
Okay. So basically, prevent other people from coming in, so it would dilute their numbers, essentially, right? Or avoid that stuff. Okay. I don't know.
I don't think Black understood it either.
He was monthly trying to make a statement about Viva, so she's not here. You know, you should probably explain that when Viva has come in.
Peter lost his shit, so he got mad and said, Shut up, you don't know. And he stormed off.
What did he say? What made everybody, or what made him mad?
Somebody Iran, and somebody was saying, I don't even remember what it was, but then Sig was like, it's not your turn to, don't talk, it's not your turn, and he just lost it. I'm trying to get him in here. I just don't get why all these people they're just so convinced, or it's like they want it to be a murder, they want this kid, Nolan Wells, to have been killed. It's like they're trying to manifest a murder out of nothing.
I mean, I would have to agree with it. I mean, can there be foul play? Sure. Could there not been foul play? Sure. We just gotta wait and see. I mean, from all that I've read the last little bit, I don't think anything went wrong in terms of anybody plotting to get him. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there's somebody out there that knows something about like the evil plot to kill him or something. I don't know, but I don't know. Like,
I agree.
I don't know. I mean, anything's possible. I'm not willing to just discard it, but man, those people are pretty dumb to plot to kill this kid on such a busy holiday.
the 20 Americans that have died in this conflict with Iran, that's real. You know, the hundreds of Americans that have been injured in the war with Iran, that's real. The 5,000 dead IRGC commanders, that's real. But this kid drowning is not necessarily from targeted assassination or coordinated murder or RICO. Oh, we got Tiger here. Maybe Tiger can help us. Tiger, we're talking about this young African American.
Well, Kitover, you're a fucking retard. I'm not that interested.
Okay, so you're just kind of dismissing him. Like what happened to him was just like nothing.
Well, we're here talking like privileged, entitled people who are alive. Talking about a young man who died having a good time on a boat. He could have died in worse ways. He could have been born Chinese with a micro penis like Tiger, who goes into Gary Bumgarden's newsroom and starts saying anti-Semitic hate remarks. What a racist and a bigot and a xenophobe and an anti-Semite. Shame on you, Tiger. And whoever your girlfriends are, I'm sure they're disappointed when they see a Tic Tac in between your yellow thighs. I rest my case.
Wow.
Mary, come on up.
Exactly. That's the power of the Tic Tac rush.
I think Mary heard, she heard Peter wig out and scream and yell and leave.
Tiger.
That's it. They don't nothing. They have no clue. All those people on the no clue. You just stay behind. That's it. That's ludicrous.
He probably drowned and nobody saw it happen, and then they left because they thought he was going with somebody else, and no one saw his body get washed away.
Yeah, I do believe he drowned, and I do believe they saw him drown.
So you don't think he got lynched?
That didn't come out my mouth.
No, I'm just like, some people think he got lynched.
Mouth.
I think there could be some truth to what Black is saying. Like, I was thinking about that, and like, if you're like horsing around or whatever, you just like goofing off with your friends, and like, you know, if something were to like happen where he went, like, let's say he just went for a dare to be all backflipperoo and like, I don't know, hit, snapped his neck or whatever. I mean, like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna be like panicking quite a bit. I might actually take off and like freak out a little bit. Now, would I have not called 911 on the way back or whatever? I guess I don't even know what I mean. That's true. That's kind of weird they didn't stay around to help. I mean, I don't know. Actually, maybe like, man, I gotta rethink this. Like, but I get what Black Girl's talking about. It's like, you do kind of get like freaked out when you see a prank go wrong, you know? I don't know if anybody else has ever experienced that, but like you watch one of your friends do something crazy and you're just like, oh shit, like, I'm not dealing with this right now.
People do that all the time. They do that all the time. They mess up and then let me get up out of here. I gotta go. I don't want to be blamed for this. I don't want to be involved.
That is true. Even if they don't know what happened, like, in terms of like what happened to him, but like they know that whatever's going on with him, like, they don't want to be part of that. I don't know, man. Like, I can see, like, especially if you're drinking and doing all that shit, like, you can get pretty paranoid pretty quickly, Because then all of a sudden you're the person that's gonna be like on the hook. So maybe like it's kind of a stretch a little bit because I don't know. I mean, I don't know how good friends they really all were, but if there was like, if they were just kind of like, I don't know, adjacent friends there, then maybe they'll be more willing to like just take off. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if they're like all this great, like really good friends. Maybe they were. I don't know. I don't know like the history of all these people.
See, this is like people talking about the movie Scream or something they never saw.
Yeah, well, I think it was just like, I don't want to be part of this right now. Like, we're out of here.
Well,
and then, like, that doesn't excuse them, but, like,
want to help save their friend that's drowning. But at some point, you still got to throw the towel in and say, you know what? We can't find the body. It's getting late. We've already sent in the coordinates, etc. Like, you know, when did they pull the plug? Was it too soon?
we talked actually, like, all his body washed up the next day, basically, right? Or something, or a day or two more. I don't remember, but like, the actual search party, I don't really remember hearing about, like, what actually was done for that part of things. I don't even know.
Yeah, I don't know either. I don't think, because it's dark, I don't know if they could be, looking in the water in the dark really good, so.
Exactly.
I don't know.
Yeah, absolutely. They got flashlights. You hear those things called flashlights? You get in a fucking boat with flashlights and you go try to find somebody who's trying to stay alive.
Yeah.
Case is pretty strange, though. But again, I don't think anybody like intentionally went out to murder. Whether was there like, what's the word I'm looking for? Goofing off, doing things that like authority shouldn't know that you're doing, aka drinking, aka drugs. Drugs isn't just weed or whatever, but I'm just saying, and all that kind of stuff. Sure, why not? So, like, nobody wants to have that put on them either. That's the other part of it.
Can I just quote Marshall Rankin and say, you're off topic! You're off topic! Get back on topic! Reparations! We've moved past the boat. We've moved past the loss of this innocent young man's life. And we have Tiger on stage, a well-known communist Chinese Chi-Com who comes here and says slanderous, libelous, defamatory, anti-Semitic Jew hate rhetoric in the Gary Bumgarner News Hour. How do you plead, Tiger, small dick Chinaman?
Can you give me an example of the Jew hate cards like Kitover gets to survive so long? I think the world is too kind to retards like him. There needs to be more evolution pressure so that low IQ like him gets cut off earlier.
Tigers.
I sure hope you fail to reproduce for the purity of the future of the human society.
Tiger, you replace John for Nolan? Is that what you're saying? Like, you would have rather that Kiddo be the person that died? I mean,
I don't think it's talking for you to die. I just hope
Eugenic talk from a Chi-Com.
Norm hasn't been in here since I told him to go eat worms, and then Pepe, he's really pissed at us.
Well, what the fuck y'all do to Pepe now? You just modded the nigga yesterday. What the fuck?
I know, but like, did you not hear him come in there and it's like, it's Beaver and Matt, they steal my ideas for rooms, they don't want me, they think I talk too much and take up too much time and center myself, and they like to mod stupid N-words. I think he was talking about you.
That's crazy, because I was just in the room. I just was modding in the room with him. Sick. He didn't say shit. But, bro, I learned on this app, bro, people be sneak dissing like a motherfucker, but don't say shit when you on stage with them, bro. Them type of niggas, they hoes, bro. I don't even pay them niggas no mind for real, bro. But it's crazy that he feels some type of way because you just modded the nigga last night. Like, that's
what I wanted him because I knew he would fight back against that one argument, and I was too lazy to do it.
I'm not gonna cap, bro. I know it's just an app, but y'all niggas gotta get them fake ass niggas out y'all circle, man. I know it's just an app, it's just Clubhouse, that shit ain't serious, but that fake ass shit, That shit not cool, bro. Like,
what Beamer did?
No, I'm just talking in general. I'm talking about Pepe right now. If he feels some type of way, I mean, I don't know how. You just was fucking with the nigga last night. Like, I'm cool with Beamer, but I just don't like the fake shit. Like that shit fake as hell, bro. You literally just modded the nigga last night. He ain't say shit to you. Like, he ain't say shit. You let the nigga get his shit off too. So it's like, bro, the fuck is you bitching about?
But, you know, there's no, like, way to actually suffer or have any loss.
The crazy shit is, y'all be telling me motherfuckers, all these people be feeling some type of way about me, but it's crazy because I be feeling like motherfuckers, I be looking in the comments and in the chat and shit, motherfuckers be like, bro, I fuck with Timothy for real. Like, Timothy know how to moderate for real. Like, I feel like I know how to moderate for real, bro. Like, no cap. So it's like, I don't understand the hate that I be receiving, bro. Like, it be crazy, bro.
True. Yeah.
I think it's just because I talk like a nigga for real in a white space. Like, they keep calling this a white space. I don't think it's a white space, though. Like, I don't think they be saying y'all niggas is racist.
That's the thing, Timothy. Like, why does Pepe think this is white America? Like, this is not his house. Like, I'm confused. As far as I know, this is called the President's house, and he has a house called White America. So I'm not entirely sure why he's confusing the two. I don't get it, you know.
Facts, bro. Honestly, it's been y'all niggas.
Yeah, we bought it together.
Y'all niggas been rocking with him for so long, even in the White America house. So it's like he kind of damn near feel like y'all don't owe him this shit, but it's just like that's what it's coming off as. Like, shit, nigga, y'all owe me this shit for real.
White America, white room. Like, Beaver will mod whoever he mods, and then, like, I'll mod whoever I mod. And not saying that neither one of us would mod Pepe, but, like, you know, it doesn't have to always be.
I would still support y'all. I would still pull up in the room. It ain't nothing, bro. Like, but people really take that shit to the heart, bro. And that shit just weird. But I fuck with y'all for real, so I'll go to war for y'all on this app, if that makes sense. But y'all just got a lot of fake ass people around y'all, bro. That shit not cool for real. I call that shit out for what it is. That shit weird.
I don't think I'm wrong to say that, you know, when certain people come into they will do it in. They'll
Exactly.
I'm like,
it sounds like a little bit of envy, man. Y'all niggas damn near overlap that nigga for real. Like, you don't need white America no more. You got your own shit. And it's like, damn, like, he probably like, damn, I'm out of these niggas in white America. You wouldn't have no platform without me type shit. That's how he probably feel for real.
Pepe is really PG, like, rich. Pepe doesn't necessarily trigger hate speech, abuse, or harassment of protected classes. He's kind of careful about what he says.
That's a lie.
That's cat, bro. Like, don't get me wrong.
He called me a nigger. Do you understand that? He called me a nigger.
See, the thing with Pepe, he didn't say too much of real. I respect people, other moderators. Like, that's at least how I come from. But Pepe knows, one thing I would say he knows how to do, he knows how to fuel a crowd, especially black people. So it's like, he knows how to fuel black people to the point where they gonna say some crazy shit or they might wild off, but in the same breath, he could derail a room too with all that bullshit he be saying. So it's like, you gotta be, it's like a coin for real, like, and you gotta be careful with that shit. But I just feel like he getting jealous of y'all for real, bro. I ain't gonna cap.
Like, that's the thing, is like, obviously, he does that shit, that's fine. I let everybody see. And I still will, obviously. You keep moments to do stuff, and there's moments not to do stuff. Like, come on now. And, like, I don't know, like, honestly, my ears were, like, I was getting, not my ears, well, actually, my ears too. But I was actually getting a headache, like I was telling Beaver, like, so, you know, it is what it is. But I have nothing against Pepe. It's just I gotta run the show, you know.
Facts, man. It's your shit, bro. And I think all the other people, even though you feel me, you shouldn't even give a fuck about what the next nigga or the next bitch feel about you. But I feel like when people say, "Oh, Beaver racist" or "Matt is racist," I think that just stems from you being around Pepe and moderating Pepe and letting Pepe just get his shit off. Like, I don't think y'all racist at all. Like, I don't get a bit of racism from y'all, for real.
Oh, I know that. I mean, I know just by being associated with him. Like, literally, I was a lot on his stage, just about, well, I know for a fact, for like 6 months. Like, I already knew I was going to be associated with that shit. But, you know, it was good to have the topics and, like, the entertainment and all that kind of stuff. And it still is, whatever, you know? But I already knew that going into it. I mean, I already knew that. Like, and plus, like, you know how it goes on this app. White people are already, like, default as racist, labeled racist anyway, so who cares at that point? Like, I might as well just, like, embrace it at that point, you know what I mean?
A lot of people that came in right after Pepe settled and shit, he was like, "Yeah, Matt and Beaver, they just want to be you, Pepe. They want to be you."
Wait, there's someone that said that? That's hilarious.
They're not BWA Haitian guy or someone that got something. It was one of the two.
They would have to use Beaver, they would have to use it, well, not have to use it, Dan was making fun of you there, and that's not bad, but he said he sounded like the guy, I wish I was in the team.
Man, he that nigga in the room, bro. I'm tired of his keep happening, bro. I know it, you told me, bro, but that nigga always think different, bro. Like, that shit is weak, bro.
He might come in really late at night, because I missed it. I wanted, like, he comes in at like 2 or 3, right, in the morning or something, I don't know.
Richard is also next to Pepe. I don't him either. Now, he's never called me anything, never called me in, but he might have felt how he talks to me. Very disrespectful.
Oh, he's worse.
Rich.
You guys come across as just normal people, right? Because I've known you, and I remember, I think each of you, I remember, probably said something racist in the past, and I heard, I wasn't happy, but, you know, we had back and forth, but you guys, you know, after knowing you guys just normal. Everybody says something racist sometimes, especially, you know, on Clubhouse. And Pepe is a little bit, you know, you guys are the normal people, you guys are nice people, too. You know, Himothy is a really respectful guy, actually. He's good. But then you get Pepe, right? Pepe is like, I sort of understand him, but he's kind of overboard that he has to get a high out of getting controversy in the room and say something that he knows is going to have backlash, and he enjoys, you know, engaging with that. You know, I think that's a little bit morbid, but even that, you know, but then you get, you know, weirdos like Kitover or Rich, you know, they're kind of the same weirdos. They have 1 billion alt accounts. Says nothing of value, but just enjoys being there and say something really stupid.
Projection mirror has been activated.
Their mom not like them or something. There's something stupid. I just don't understand outliers like this. I don't understand. Human society. That scumbags such as this exists.
You reported Tiger, I think. I got clipped because of one time. You're you know what I mean? But we're all good.
And I want to thank Tiger for the shout out, but I really don't like being put in the same square box or circle as Rich. Rich can be funny at times, but by God, he is one of the most highly annoying people on this app. because he refuses to stop talking when other people are talking and just keeps going. And when you have to listen to multiple people talk, it's just too taxing and annoying on the brain. And Rich is one of those extremely highly annoying people. And I'll be honest with you, like, if I knew him in the real world, I wouldn't want to know him in the real world. I wouldn't want to communicate with him in the real world. I wouldn't want to hang out with him in the real world. And that's just me. But Tiger here, for him to say that I am one of those types of retards like Rich, I have to push back and say I am my own special, unique retard faggot, unlike that faggot retard. I am complete.
I just don't waste my time categorizing different kinds of shit, you know.
You believe in a universal turd. I got it. But that's your projection. That's you, China Tiger.
What's up, Skull?
What's good?
Mine, bro. Niggas need to be that nigga in the room, bro.
Who?
All them niggas that be sneak this, bro.
Oh, he won't come in there.
I didn't hear who was it?
I think he's talking about Dan and Rich.
I don't. Wait, Rich will always show up here. So.
Yeah, he'll show up, but Dan definitely would.
Bro, them niggas said, I'll make the room. Like, man, y'all would be surprised what niggas say when y'all disappear, bro. At the minute in the night, bro. Y'all was like, niggas be saying off the wall shit, bro. Like, y'all niggas ain't build y'all shit up, bro. That shit weird, man.
Yeah, I'm catching everybody in the morning talking their shit in other rooms. It's crazy. I'm like, what happened, man? Like, I forget the band said you sound like Bernard something. Does that ring a bell? I don't know. It's some actor dude or some. I don't even know, but I need to find the name again. And like he was going in on you, and then of course, I don't know, maybe a couple days before that, or actually that was today. You after Timothy saying, "Look at what they have up there on stage." I can't believe Cosby was actually talking to a guy like that. So, like they're totally looking down on people. Like this is so stupid. Like, Corey said that. It's his MO.
He said Mark sounded like somebody one time. I didn't even understand this reference.
Did you hear him mention who he thought you sound like?
No, like one time he said he's like Matt Cole sounds like something.
Oh yeah.
I didn't even know what he meant.
Yeah, no, I didn't know what he's talking about. Of course he did it purpose. But like, yeah, I don't know. Like it's fitting. I'm not surprised.
What's up with BB though, man? How the fuck y'all know? Like, how y'all know BB?
Yeah, she was blowing me up last night. She said you kicked her out.
That bitch is just doing too much, bro. She's popping on stage.
Oh, I know. She gets out of control. She can.
I think.
This is Mad in Beaver's house. Like, I'm gonna go tell Mad in Beaver, like.
Is that GG? Yeah. Wait, so people don't know how hard it is to run a room. Like, I don't even think people understand. Like, I don't think anybody on the stage that I'm looking here has ever run a room. Try doing it one night and let us know how it goes. Like, honestly, like, you really can't talk much shit about people who are run rooms. That's where I'm at, you know?
Yeah, and then Kitover said Brad's last name, and I was getting ready to boot him, but Brad beat me to it in my back channel. He's like, we're going to allow doxing.
Oh, no, not that yet. Like, similar to the mountain one that we had a couple months ago.
Well, he just mentioned his last name.
Yeah, it's similar, like, it's very similar, like, because that's what that was all about. That was going on there. He was
yeah.
And then he did, and then, like, yeah, I don't know, everybody's, you have to please so many people, you know what I mean? Everybody's so, like, other so much. We all have personal issues, so you're having to get all those different angles, you know, now.
And then somebody messaged me that they were mad Beam had her mod badge and they wanted a mod badge.
Who's that? You want to they were not really. You know,
I'll help you with the faction.
okay. I had that. I had everything that you mentioned before. Let's see, I had well, I shouldn't mention any names. We are a private faction. Never mind.
I just want to have a good time enjoying leftist, you know, melting down and suffering during this Trump term.
We have nice things. Why don't I know rooms all the time? What up?
See, the fact that we have 40 trillion in debt and China carries like 10 trillion plus of ours, it's just dilution. Just like market cap equity, where if a corporation issues more shares, it dilutes all the pre-existing shareholders' positions. So that's why if we keep printing debt and we use it wisely, we can just dilute the Chinese debt that we owe. And so that's the problem is that the progressive liberal Democrats want to waste the money on inefficient, stupid projects and programs as opposed to real investment in this country, which is real goods, and that starts in the home. We need to build millions of homes in this country, and we need to dilute the Chinese creditors and do it simultaneously to fuck little Chi-Com tiny dickwads like Tiger who think I'm a retard.
If you actually understood the economy, I would have called it retard, but clearly you didn't.
Tiger, the Zionists don't like you at all, do they, on this app? I've noticed.
I'm not American, so I don't care.
Yeah, I think they got this thing on the app where if you're not American, your voice don't matter for real. Which is crazy as fuck.
I've never understood that. I always want to hear what people think.
Yeah, I actually see you guys shouldn't care either. You know, as Americans, they hurt you the most, yet you are so afraid of them. I don't understand this. Call them out.
Call them out. You don't understand economics. As if Tiger is like the creator of the universe or something. This fucking little Chi-Com tiny dick faggot knows everything. I had so much fun hearing Brad rip your ass apart, Tiger. What's it like in the real world being such an effeminate little faggot? I mean, do you tell people that you're cool and you use a social audio clubhouse app to like voice your opinions?
I don't need to take it from Brad. It's not my thing. He's more style than substance.
Who do you hate more, Kitover? Marshall Stinkin' Rankin or Tiger?
Oh, Marshall for sure.
What about Marshall or Pepe?
Marshall for sure, because Marshall kicks me from rooms as if he's like the fucking, you know, clubhouse police or something. It's so fucking annoying. But he got called out so bad by Smurf. He was like, shut your fucking hole, Marshall. You kicked me from rooms, you fucking faggot pussy. I was like, yeah.
What happened to the Jewish guy that used to run rooms? I forgot his name, but I don't see him on here anymore. I think he said he was.
It's Roger.
Yeah, maybe it's Roger. Yeah.
He was really like an asshole to people. That guy with the burly voice, and the cartoon.
I used to do Roger too, because he's also a retard. He's one of those libertarian retards.
Yeah, I can't stand death sitters, especially during the elections. They're just mirrors. Black girl in the blender.
Who is the nigga that say he recorded our room?
It's AYN. Oh no, the other guy last night. Oh, that D guy.
Feel the rush.
Oh shit! He said he recorded the room.
Yeah, I don't know that guy.
He's a weirdo.
Was getting that nigga ass last night, bro. Not you, but everybody was getting his ass, bro. He just got fed up. Shit. They got fed up. But he fuck with President Trump out for the most part. Like that nigga he be in here all the time, bro. Shit, for a few hours too.
D was.
Who would y'all say is y'all most like lawyer? I want to say followers or fans on the basis, rather if it's busting or if it's dry.
Chloe or Stinny.
I mean, I repeat Chinese, so I'm kind of thinking, are you doxing yourself? You should be more careful if that was your real name.
Bro, I don't. The thing about me, bro, if you was rich, you know what I mean? Let's act like you was LeBron James, bro. Your address, everybody know where you stay. You know what I mean? His address is on. It's public information, bro. Like XYZ, bro. I don't be worried about it and shit, bro. Because I know 98% of people on this app is not going to really pull up for me. And if they do pull up, I know 99% of the time I can defend myself. So it is what it is. Like, that's just my preference. I know people think differently, but I'm not scared of it, bro. I live in the real world, bro. Right? I done see shit. I can't do shit. This is nothing to me.
So when Pepe gets out of his clown car and he's got like an AK-47, he's like, "What's up now, bitch? What's up now?" You're gonna be like, "Is that Pepe?"
I just saw that Pepe is not white. He's Mexican. Well, I guess you can consider that white.
That's a common misconception. And I think that he would vigorously push back with his Corsican historicity. You know, what I really don't understand is he always says that genetics are the reason why. And I just do not like that as a response, as if some kind of genetic herd is the reason for X, Y, and Z. The common, statement of it's genetic. It's so meaningless. It doesn't give any context to the situation. It's such a stupid thing to say. Hello?
I tend to agree with him, depending on what you're talking, like what features.
But see, when you just say genetic, you're just talking about DNA, but that doesn't take in all the conditioning and environmental factors with regards to the genetic. That's why I say it's so meaningless, because culture, language, etc., and how that interacts with genetic. Dude, genetics are like identical, universal. So it doesn't mean anything when he says it. It's stupid. And it's basically, you're just taking a trope or some type of stereotype and attributing it to the term genetic. It doesn't mean anything. That's the myth of polar. It's a myth. You have no real evidence to confirm whatever the fuck the stupid hypothesis is. Hello?
Well, you can never prove it. Yeah, you can never prove it 100%. You can only deduce that it's the truth.
Anyways, reparations. We've discussed the class action versus the individual suit. the 1890 class action opportunity for people to sign up with Mr. Financial. As a former Treasury employee, there is an annual event that the IRS puts on called Taxpayer Appreciation Day. And what they do is they open up the offices, and guess which demographic surrounds the office begging for help? Well, it ain't the white demographic. It's the blacks of America. Surround every major IRS office in this country, and they try to come back into compliance because they have the attitude that I ain't gotta file annually, and what the fuck I gotta pay this shit for? Taxes, interest, penalties, garnishment, asset forfeiture, and seizure? No! You angry. I'm happy. Leave me alone. So what I'm trying to say is that we already have reparations. We already have entitlements. We already have privileges. We already have permanent housing. We have generational housing. We have generational welfare. And just go to the sub-Saharan Africa where people are living in mud huts and fucking wooden stick tents. Where they got nothing. Where they're dying of starvation.
They live in the mud huts because of America and Europe, bitch.
American mud huts because of America, bitch. I ain't your bitch. I ain't your bitch. I ain't your bitch. You angry. You angry. I'm happy.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, what is it?
Yeah. So if that's the case, then why does this country have so much homelessness? Okay?
Well, because
so much homelessness out here.
Because we got thieves.
Okay.
We got criminals looting billions of dollars from these NGOs and the government, paying their salaries. They're not using the money to build affordable housing. You should be able to build a fucking one-bedroom or a studio. You in the Matrix, Black. What I'm saying is tiny home villages for $8,000 a pop with a motherfucking air conditioner and a refrigerator and a hole to take a shit in. It's possible to alleviate the homeless crisis and organize these homeless motherfuckers that are ruining America. Hello? Listen, I am a veteran and I have almost been homeless.
I am too, and I bet you weren't combat.
And I bet you I went to the VA and I said, I'm about to
How
be.
did I know?
I don't know. You just called me a bitch-ass faggot, N-word. So let me finish my point. Is that if you are about to be homeless, you ain't just going to get some voucher like, here's the money, have yourself a good life in your new apartment that we will pay for every month. No. You're going to have to go live in a shelter with homeless people and bedbugs for a year. And then the housing voucher, enjoy your new life in your one bedroom for $1,400 a month that taxpayers will pay for you, and we will take from other people and give to you to sacrifice others for yourself. I rest my case. Bitch ass faggot N-word. Sorry, you were in the.
It's not all military that are homeless either. Okay. There's a lot of people out here. The rent, I live in California, okay? The rent here is high, it's expensive. People live paycheck to paycheck. Some people just decide, hey, I want to just be homeless because I don't have a bill, so I won't have bills to pay. I just, do a tent outside.
I get it. People choose to die in weird ways. If you go to India, they got gurus sitting in cow shit, burning incense, and they got white European girls stripping around them, shooting selfies and doing video Instagrams and shit. There's weird ways to live your life. You ain't gotta live in a box. You ain't gotta have a gas bill and a utility bill and this bill and that bill and another bill and here, this broken up. You can just kick it at a park and say fuck it. 2 tears in a bucket. Motherfuckers. Hello?
I feel the rush. I just want to say this nigga doesn't have a flag. He a
Projection mirror alert says what? Call me a bitch ass faggot? What was your rank, bitch?
I bet you I didn't spend as much time as Lance Corporal as you, bitch.
Lance Corporal? How many toilets did you clean, bitch?
For y'all non-veterans, Lance Corporal is like the litmus test for a motherfucker's usefulness, especially in the beginning 10 years of their career in the military. Now, for this bastard, seeing as how he put paper and pens, he didn't have to aspire to achieve too much. The barometer is automatically low.
Projection says what, bitch? I was a corporal, bitch. Then I was a specialist, bitch. Then I was a sergeant, bitch. In the infantry. Whore!
You were not 03.
I was 11 Bravo, bitch. Don't make no assumptions. You know what that makes of you?
I thought that too. What were you arguing?
I got a blue cord. I'm gonna floss your ass with it, bitch.
What were you arguing?
Don't make no assumptions, bitch.
You
angry, bitch. I can't argue with you. You angry.
There wasn't no gun, no dope kicker. Damn sure wasn't that.
I can't argue with you. You angry. I'm happy. Leave me alone.
That's what I figured.
You figure right, bitch. So, if you believe in reparations, that's why I was talking about the Taxpayer Compliance Day. When every African American in America that had done filed no taxes for 10, 20 fucking years is like, you just stole my checking account. You just garnished my wages, motherfucker. And I'm here to seek redress on behalf of my government for my lack of compliance and work ethic. Because I got no work ethic. And I don't file my taxes, so I'm here for a little reparation. Which is, which is, what is it called? Appropriated when they make their appropriations. I'm just saying that we need appropriations for reparations. Say it with me, huh?
I pay my taxes every year, sir.
I'm not talking to you. I'm talking at large. Hello?
I want to say again, this nigga does not reflect the United States military.
That's because you on a conference call app called Clown House, motherfucker. Lance Corporal. Fucking Corporal. Go clean that fucking toilet. Make it shine, bitch. Make that motherfucking toilet shine like your shoes, bitch. Don't make no assumptions on this stupid conference call app. I done cleaned a lot of toilets too, motherfucker!
Dishes in the military don't act nothing like this, nigga. I swear to God, you know. So rest assured.
Yeah, rest assured you goddamn gonna clean more toilets in your future, motherfucker.
Speaking of military, anybody seen Doc recently at all or no?
He buried himself in his motherfucking peanut plantation field. He called me the other day, but I missed the call. And then I called him back, and his voicemail don't even work.
Doc? You called Doc?
Yeah, he called me, and then I missed the call. And then when you call him back, you know, his voicemail has reached the max. You do.
You guys are tight like that.
I brought him to this app because he was watching my Instagram or YouTube Live.
Alright, good point.
Yeah, I'm his connect.
Hey, can y'all imagine stacking up a 5-plane goes wrong and having to rely on this motherfucker who says hello to give you danger close 40 mics? Can you imagine how much shit will be rolling down the side of your leg? Wondering about the accuracy and effectiveness of this kind of motherfucker.
Projection alert says what, motherfucker? I I saw a video on Instagram of a brother take his hand and put it in front of a motherfucking mortar tube, blew his hand clean off, nothing but blood and bone. Motherfucker, when you take that motherfucking mortar shell, you drop it, and then you pull your hands away quick. You don't leave it on top of the fucking mortar hole and lose your hand.
I knew you.
Hello?
What are you saying is, Bobby? Probably on his face. He was going, listen, too scared to get up close and shoot. Hey, you gotta stop this. You keep this shit up, I'm gonna find out innocence. That's borderline homosexual. You gotta shut that.
We back at the reparations table. Anybody wanna make a settlement offer? Hello?
I feel the rush.
Well, reparations was canceled because you can't have a racial class hierarchy of federal distribution payments. Sorry, everybody. Reparations is officially canceled.
Hey, did you ever hear of a guy named Stephen Benson? Was a combat medic.
Steven? You old Steven?
Stephen Benson, he was a combat medic. He would have served.
Did you know Pat Tillman? Because I was at Fort Benning with Pat Tillman, the famous Cardinals quarterback, before they killed him. Hello?
You an old motherfucker here.
I'm a senior citizen clown. Hello?
Let me see. You ever hear of a guy named Jack Powers?
Did you ever hear of a guy named Jackoff? No, motherfucker. These are like random names. What, do we go to high school together? Come on, bro. Some motherfucking random conference call happened in a random ass motherfucking President Trump room. Brother. Go to usarmy.mil if you want to join the network. Hello?
Fort Benning is almost Fort Bragg level. So, I was just tossing out some names of people that your timeline, they were infantry guys. You would have heard of them.
Well, did you know Frank Thomas? Did you know Mike Piazza? Did you know Sammy Sosa? Did you know anybody that ever played for Major League Baseball?
I was constantly on power.
You go to bed and dream of my holy guardian angel, my higher self. She's 6'3", has legs like a stallion. She don't need breast implants because her titties are real. And her smile is perfect. And her hair...
100% disability. I just can smell it. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't read it right. I know you can 100%.
Well, you're making an assumption.
No,
You're making an assumption. What I'm trying to say is, Uncle Samite has deep pockets. And if you just need to ask your Uncle Samite. Well, when I was at Fort Huachuca, this black female major was like, get up! Go march back to the back of the fucking facility and go clean those toilets now, soldiers! I said, bitch, I'm a fucking lieutenant. I ain't gonna go clean no motherfucking toilets, bitch. And then I got up and I went to go clean the toilet. And I looked at this Saudi Arabian officer. He was a prince. And I said, are you going to clean the toilet with me? He said, fuck you, bitch. I'm not cleaning no fucking toilet for you, motherfucker. I was like, motherfucker. I got to clean a toilet for this motherfucking Saudi Arabian goat-eating Muslim motherfucker. So I went and I cleaned that toilet. And as I was scrubbing the shit flakes off the side of this old porcelain toilet at this military facility, that Saudi motherfucker was on his bank account app, counting the zeros. He was a multi-millionaire. And I kept scrubbing that toilet porcelain, scraping off all that shit flakes from all those soldiers eating that shitty fucking pizza. And it was then when I had my revelation of enlightenment and I knew the truth of the earth. Hello?
I think it was a play on.
See, if the African, Clown House could be the future platform of supposed reparations. Because they got the gold coin platform transfer system. And if we just supersede the government, come together. Because if every white person is a part of a structural white racist society, anytime white people get together, it's a meeting of structural white racists. And so it's unbecoming for new anti-structural white racists to create a platform and a financial reparation system outside of the white structure reparations. No, I served with a lot of African Americans. They were some of the most sadistic killers, rapists.
You didn't really answer his question.
Yeah, I served with African Americans, young people, young women, young men. Didn't matter. Any shape, color, size. You serve with everybody. No, this is my late night clown house shtick. You guys are on my YouTube Enterprise Incorporated business, where I live stream faggot retard YouTube. Brother, this ain't the goddamn motherfucking MEPS facility. This ain't boot camp. This ain't officer candidate school. This ain't a deployment, motherfucker. This ain't even a National Guard drill weekend. This is Clown House President Trump room.
How do we fix this, I wonder?
We talk.
How many mentally ill people do we have out there?
If I'm any indicator, it's a good guess that there are hundreds of millions of faggot retards just like me. Even worse off, because they can't even fucking admit that they're a retard faggot. Like Pepe, so unaware of himself. He's like a wind-up toy box of racism and low IQ stupidity. A box or a stew of hate, of bigotry, of stereotypes. A retard.
Brother Pepe.
I'm a supporter of candidate Kitover. You can go to ChicagoMayorVote.com to help defeat the communist thieves stealing from the pensions, creating lies and propaganda. Go to ChicagoMayorVote.com right now.
Where are you on that, by the way?
We start gathering signatures on our petitions in less than a week. Next week, we start getting signatures, and we submit in August, and we're looking forward to major national publicity as one of the most noticed and publicized political elections in the country for the mayoralship of Chicago.
Is it going to be on the ballot?
No, I won't be on the ballot, but I will be a write-in candidate. Unless I can actually raise the money to get the signatures. The chance of that is very small.
What's the threshold? Is it $5,000 or something? Or I remember something like that.
This isn't a federal election commission.
Yeah, this is the state house, whatever, right?
I don't know what the state of Illinois or the Chicago Election Commission threshold is, but it's probably somewhere around that amount.
Yeah.
But if I do raise the money, I will invest it in signature gathering to get on the ballot in February. The election is February 23rd, 2027. Yeah, it's not. It's not.
New year, new term.
Yeah, it's not a November thing. We recently had an alderman who is a hardcore socialist communist named Byron Sig Lopecchio or whatever the fuck his name is, and 1,000 signatures, and he turned in 16,000. And someone challenged his signatures. I wanted to be the person to challenge the signatures, but he's now.
That's real.
Yeah, now he's claiming that he's going to take it to the Illinois Supreme Court. But he shows that the system is rigged for Democrats, and it's totally rigged. Starts at the petition stage of the election process. It's totally.
I think it's more rigged for progressivism versus Democrats, because I mean you got to remember JFK got popped by the Jews for going against that nuclear program back then.
I'm a journalist.
You can't just cast that net over our Democrats.
So you think a group of J-words got together and they were like, let's assassinate the president because we about to build a nuclear bomb at Dimona? That's what you're saying, dog? Come on, man. Shit like that? This late at night?
It's a Jew dick sucker or some shit.
A Jew dick suck? Corporal, you are a retard, faggot, retard. It was the CIA, motherfucker. Save your anti-Semitic slander for somebody who can,
I can drop the articles if y'all need.
we got somebody on the stage here who can go thermonuclear. Look out.
Thermonuclear on your live stream. Anyone want to take it away? No. It was Israel who took out JFK over JFK having such staunch.
Matrix sucks.
Over JFK having such a staunch.
The Holy Spirit must hate you.
And adamant position.
At the Matrix.
first worked.
You were. But ask anybody else. Was he breaking up anybody?
I couldn't hear a word he said. It was matrix.
What's new, Rich? What's going on? What rooms have you been terrorizing tonight? Actually, none. Really? It's a problem. I was in Rafi's room for a little bit, but I didn't really say much. Yeah, not the first room, right? I mean, come on. You've been in other rooms tonight. No, I did enough last night. Actually, I came up and tried to give Bima, like, genuine advice, and she started crashing out. And then I turned the whole room against her, then she left. I heard about this. Is last night, right? Yeah, I genuinely came up. She was asking everybody, should I go live on the truck with my boyfriend? Or I don't know if I want to, and blah, blah. I just came up and I was like, hey, if you want to be with him, and you always talk about how you want to spend more time with him, then just go out on the road and see the country and, you know, be with him for a little bit. And she's like, Rich, you can't come up here after, like, crashed out. Then everybody came off mic and they were like, Bima, calm down. He was just trying to be nice. And I was like, yeah, I'm not even in the mood to argue. And then the whole room got in the chat and just started attacking her. It's crazy. And you said she left? She stormed out? Yeah, she left for a little bit, and then she came back like an hour or two later.
Rich, were you always a crash out on Clubhouse, or did you evolve into a crash out?
Mostly evolved. So I'll give you an example. I'll be like, hey, Matt, do you mind if I get in here and if I go next? And Matt's like, yeah, Rich is next in the line, in the queue. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And then the person finishes their submission. And then somebody like Hennessy will jump in and be like, oh, well, let me ask them. And I'll be like, wait a minute, what was on the next in line? And he'd be like, no, nigga, I'm a moderator. And I'm like, okay. And then you argue with the person, and then somebody else jumps off mic and starts arguing with them. And then they start, like, 7 other people arguing. And I'm like, you know what, fuck it. I'm just going to fucking rudely interrupt, so I don't give a shit. Yeah. You started going downhill, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 months ago, because he used to be a pretty solid participant. Yeah, but I've also, like, came to the, like, aha fruition moment that John Kitover came to, and why he does what he does. We don't talk about anything. I come in here, we're talking about, like, the same shit. Okay. The same conversation, the same people. So, in theory, we all get to turn into Kitover at some point? Eventually you will, yeah. I mean, if you're intelligent enough, yeah, you will. But most of you will.
You have to come to the
Why do you act like a scientist here? Like, I don't let you speak.
Oh, no, I wasn't saying you. I mean, I used you as an example, but I was using you as an example of, like, replace you with anybody.
Okay, so who would you say silenced you the most?
I wouldn't say it's necessarily any individual. I would just say it's all the fucking assholes that want to, like, jump in, and there's no actual moderation. And I think, like, people like Brent and stuff like that, even though I don't agree with them on everything, and some other people will be like, no, shut the fuck up. You know, Rich was next, or John was next, even if they don't like you, or they don't like your opinion, and they don't like what you're about to say. And Beaver's pretty bad about just letting people railroad, because he's kind of simpish.
So anyway, I'm praying that Trump pops his draft off.
Wait, you think Trump is going to do a draft?
I'm praying he does. Why are you praying he does?
Did he kick him?
That's why.
Wait, did you kick Rich for calling Beaver simpish?
You should want to go get some too. You're American. But I don't understand why would he want to, like, do a draft?
Why would we need a draft?
Why don't we all just get a tax credit to buy a boat so we can all individually go to Carg Island and just grab handfuls of that sweet crude?
We don't need crude. We need a new infrastructure. We got more than enough oil right here. It's just the wrong kind for the current infrastructure. But 2, we're going to have to ground invade, because once the Gulf nations get cooked, which they're going to get cooked, because when we hit Israel hits our partner, Allied Gulf nation. we're going to take out some of those desalination plants in Israel. Israel doesn't need it as heavily as those Gulf nations. It's going to put us in a hell of a situation where I think the only contingency we're going to have left at that point, in culmination with whatever fuckery is approved with the current Trump administration at that current point in time, we're going to have a grounding bag, boys and girls.
Well, you see, to a dummy like yourself, every time you see a nail, you think, oh, I gotta grab a hammer and just hammer that motherfucking nail in. You never built a multi-billion-dollar motherfucking skyscraper in the heart of Manhattan. You never fucking started an NBC television series that went universal and made billions of dollars. You never built a motherfucking casino in Vegas. You never fucking built towers all around the world. You never fucking licensed your brand for billions of dollars. You never became a motherfucking president twice, defeated assassination attempts, circumvented the goddamn Democrat industrial complex.
I'm a Trump fan, nigga.
You a Trump fan? In the middle of the night, and you mean to tell me that you got the vision of a ground invasion? Well, motherfucker, you must know what I'm gonna have to drink Friday and Saturday night, which you don't, because you ain't got no motherfucking vision. You got your hand in your dick on a conference call app, picking your toes in Poughkeepsie, wasting your motherfucking time. Hello? You in the Matrix. Well, I'm going to go to the fake world called reparations land, where there's $150,000 checks, $1.5 million checks, based completely on racial identity politics. It's called the fake world. Oh, somebody told me to tell Beaver he's a simp. And Beaver is a cuck. That was Rich on my YouTube Live. How do you respond, Rich? Beaver, how do you respond? Excuse you. Excuse you.
Oh, sorry, I hit the wrong button.
Well, sorry if I fucking had a fucking seltzer, for Christ's sake. Gotta call me a bitch for having some gas? For fucking acid reflux? You gotta call me your bitch?
Black, you should go to his YouTube video and check out him and his shit-stained whitey ties.
Well, you know, what's worse, carrying around photos in my shit-stained underpants while I do yoga in the sun, or actually being flexible, healthy, wealthy, and wise? Which one is worse? Walking around with a photo of John Kitover shitting his pants doing yoga on your phone so you can gossip about my ass crack? Is that worse than me living my best life, motherfucker? No.
At what point do you abandon the underwear and just throw it away? Like, how big does the shit stain have to get?
The psychology it's a challenge to see how much shit can accrue and still remain post dry stuff.
Well, you want to maximize, the outfit. That's what I like to say. And the truth is, I have so many pairs of underpants that I don't have to do laundry for at least 4 months because I have bought so many pairs of underpants at Ross, Dress for Less.
Well, there's your answer. You take the shit ones off and the shit cakes into it for 4 months on the ground before you put it in the washer.
Beaver, you projecting on me. Let me get the projection detection system turned back on. An N-word profile for a Ross Dress for Less because I dress efficiently and cost effectively? Dress for Less.
Shop at
How
Ross.
you do solidifies that for me.
This is not a projection app. Can't you just say you gotta attack me personally for shopping at Ross and dressing for less? God damn. Your motherfucking toilets.
You take care of it immediately, or you just let it sit there until the end of the day?
I don't shit my pants and then let it cake on the floors, Beaver. I'm a former goddamn military intelligence officer. We don't let shit cake on our fucking panties. We use them once. We put them in the dryer. In the hamper. And we like fucking Matt too. We know you guys are fucking fat, lazy. Close enough. You guys don't support Trump all the way, do you? You ain't really on Team America. You ain't really rooting for America Trump the way that real magats do. Tell Beaver he's a simp. Beaver is such a cuck. John, read the above, please. Dash rich. I rest my case, ladies and gentlemen.
Just tell him to suffer. Just say S-U-F-F-E-R.
Yeah, just say that.
Suffer.
Thank you.
Suffer. Do you know how many people Rich has made suffer on this app? Rich has gone the extra mile to dox, to decimate, to destroy, to harass, to abuse. Rich is a force to be reckoned with. He's like a hurricane.
He's a sociopath. He's sick in the head.
He's intense. He's an intense motherfucker.
Can you believe he's a father?
Honestly, there's a couple people on this app that I know are fathers, and they're here all the time. And if I had kids, I would be reading books to my kids, enjoying life with my kids, making them super intelligent and super happy. I wouldn't be here talking to you people. I wouldn't even want to know you people. I wouldn't want to hear your voices.
That's a good point.
Hello?
The amount of time that's spent, especially if you have kids, oh my God. Like, if we're hearing you talk for hours on this app, I don't know, man. Like, you better be having some time with your kids. Holy shit.
Yeah, goats on here like every day, every hour.
That's true. That's a good
A lot of y'all don't have jobs. A lot of y'all don't have no job. That's what it is. Sitting up here about nonsense. Get a job. Get a hobby.
I agree, but I've sat in those workstation cubicles, and guess what I do while I'm depressed sitting in the workstation cubicle? Well, I open up Clubhouse, of course.
Okay, well, not everybody can do that.
But you're just not opening up Clubhouse. You're opening up like 30 phones. Going like buck wild with it.
Well, you only get 2.5 billion seconds to live your pathetic life. I figure why not record it all for posterity and for history. And also because it annoys people who are damn well worthy of mockery. Because they are highly annoying people, pseudo-intellectuals, projecting assholes, and loser fucks that we've established have children but are here pontificating 80 hours a week like a faggot retard. And I didn't say the N-word, retard faggot.
Do you miss Roger?
No, I don't miss anybody. I enjoy my life. I live my best day every day, and I don't care if people disappear. Bye. Hello?
Yeah, that's because you exercise with shit in your draw. That's filthy.
Good point, actually. For the record, he didn't just disappear. We kind of had him, move along kind of incident.
Well, Beaver
He was ushered out.
Ushered out.
By Pepe?
Yes. Well, Matt, me, and Pepe, and some others.
It's a group effort, yeah.
Well, I think I saw Rich had a profile like a couple weeks ago, and I'm almost sure that it was Monica's photos. He had like multiple photos of Monica. I don't know how he got them, but I believe that they were probably accurate photos of Monica.
Wait, everybody has those.
Everybody has photos of Monica.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Well, they looked kind of like what they sounded like. I mean, right? Like the sound matches the body.
Yeah. Who cares more about recording? Is it Monica or Kitover? I wonder who has more hours.
I don't know, but
Like actually recording, you mean?
Yeah, because she loves her replays.
well, I have so much content that even today in a room they were saying if you just spend a little time looking up John Kitover and you start digging through all the videos, it's so much content that people just surrender and run away in fear and horror of the incredible amount of time that I've spent, building up 200,000 videos on YouTube of people here wasting all their time talking about nothing. And it's a little bit like Groundhog Day. Every video is like Bill Murray going through the movie, getting to the end, and he's finally happy. It's Groundhog Day! Hello?
Storage.
No, what are you talking about? It's all on YouTube. Just pay for storage. What the fuck are you talking about?
I figured they would eventually charge you if you kept adding all that shit to their server.
No, but Rich wants me to remind you to tell Beaver he's a simp and he's a cuck.
Did you tell him to suffer?
Suffer, Rich. Suffer.
You remember that kid in elementary school who would come to class and his clothes were always ruffled and he looked unkempt and he had syrup and shit all over his cheeks and lips and his hair was always messed up. His parents. That's who Rich is.
He's like He's like Dennis the Menace, basically.
Do you think he's a fatty though? I don't know. I'm trying to.
Yeah.
I know he's not lifting weights.
He breathed at the very end when he says something. He's like,
right? He's breathing heavily. Oh shit.
Well, not heavily. He just has that like satisfaction grunt at the end, where he's like, when he thinks he says something really clever, he'll end the sentence and he'll just go.
Well, what do you think about Pepe's like vocal action, or I don't know what part of language or speech you consider it, but when he starts going.
If you interrupt him,
whoever, like all these one little thing, it will set him off. It really does annoy him. It's pretty.
He's like, holy fuck! I forgot what I was gonna say.
Holy fuck! Holy fuck! Holy fuck! That's the funniest thing.
What about Bima though? When she goes on her like long rants about exchange and agreements and all that, and it's just, to me, it sounds very repetitive, as if she's like on a loop and she says the same type of arrangement every time. That's why I value books and actual knowledge and information, and not people's useless, shorthanded opinions about society, about economy, about culture, about history, etc. It's the information transfer from my lips to your ears is such a small amount of megabytes, it can't possibly accurately describe something that's in the fucking terabytes. So this app is for faggot retards.
So, do you think that people would act the same way in real life if they're all together? I don't think so. Not all of this. Yeah.
If you're a faggot retard on this app, you're gonna be a faggot retard in life. That's the mirror. 100%.
Do you think Rich is actually? Oh, there he is. He's coming. He might have to build the answer for himself, but.
John, that's not what I said in the chat. I said tell Beaver that Bima's not gonna let him fuck her and play with her fat rolls and her muffin top.
Not the muffin top.
She does have a muffin top as well.
How do you know?
I've seen her photo. Why do you have to put down poor Bima?
She didn't realize there was an update. She posted a picture of her.
Yeah, but why would you?
And when you clicked on it, it showed her entire body and her fat rolls off the top.
Mean to you? Like, why would you?
Oh, yes.
Really? You're
Yeah, chillism, yeah.
Wow, really?
Yeah, she went off on Incan and I, because we said that all the pit bulls should be rounded up and murdered.
I heard about that story.
Yeah. And then Incan donated money to an anti-pit bull organization in Beavisname.
Is that a true story, that one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I donated too.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Well, have you seen many videos of pit bull attacks and just how like you can't stop them and the owners are so stupid? I really hate watching videos of bad owners like falling on the ground, not stopping the dog from attacking. It's like I want to bash that person's head in with a bat and then bash the pit bull's head in, but I want to get the owner first because they're so fucking stupid and
Beaver, well, she invited me on.
I want to feed the owner to the dog.
Well, you interrupt me. You know. Yeah, I agree. Like, there's a great video. I can send you one where the girl's like she's house sitting for a couple, college girl, and she goes over there and the thing fucking kills her. And it's like eating her while the cop arrives. She's like
fucked up.
Yeah.
So fucked up. I don't get it. I never heard her defense of that. That would be interesting. I want to hear all that stuff again.
They all say the same thing. Mine would never hurt anybody. This is sweet dog. Says every owner ever that's ever had a pit bull kill him. Okay.
Can we change the title, Beaver, so maybe that attracts her D-line?
Well, she'll know right away and she'll get pissed off. But I'll do it.
Maybe a trap, maybe a
there was
white pit bulls are evil.
2 toddlers. Like the family pets ate the 2 kids, the toddlers, and then seriously woke the mother.
Oh my God! Let's invite Incan in.
I want.
And white pit bulls.
this is a perfect example of using pit bulls as a metaphor for crime in the African American community, because we are not willing as a society to execute the tens of thousands of serial murderers in this country that can and probably will be released. And we need to bring back capital punishment in this country in the same way that we should kill a rabid pit bull.
Also, to your comment about spending all day on Clubhouse, I am actually restricted to 6.5 hours a day. Only while I'm working. I have my wife put a screen timer thing on my phone and just get a 4-digit code that I don't know.
Are you like this in real life?
What do you mean?
I don't know. Just the way you are.
What you're talking to right now is me.
You'd be dead by now if that was the case. Somebody would have shot you.
No.
You would think so, maybe a little bit. No?
No.
So you would have the same snapback reaction to anybody talking to you?
No, usually I'm like in a comedic or joking, like fucking around and having fun. I actually get along really good with people.
Like